back. Another episode of Hot Takes and Half Truth. It's your boy Ivy Joe, riding along in the studio this week. We recorded live from the JKM studios, live from beautiful West Palm Beach, Florida. Unfortunately, this weekend, my co-host is on the IR, but I brought in individuals to pitch hit. First on the lineup is my Deuce Club. Introduce yourself, son.
What's going on, everybody? This is Antoine, a.k.a. T-Stall, a.k.a. Dante Andorra. I don't know. I got too many names.
Yes, you do.
I'm coming live from Seattle.
West Coast.
Beautiful weather out here as well. West Coast living. Born and raised in New Orleans, though. You know how it is.
Yeah.
What's happening, baby?
Next up on the docket is my man, my 16. What's up, Playboy?
What's up, man? What's up, everybody, man? This is Rod. I'm coming to you from New York, so I'm bringing a whole new
center of
perspective
the
on the
universe.
East Coast.
They tell me.
Huh?
They tell me it's the center of the universe.
Look, man, it feels like it, bro. I'm looking out the window right now. I'm in Jersey City right now, and I'm looking out the window, bro. I see the skyline of New York City, bro. This is beautiful, man. It is beautiful. A lot of energy in this city, but yeah, I'm born in Louisiana as well, man. Like both of you, and yeah, man, I'm excited to be on the show, bro.
It's good to see a bunch of Louisiana boys out doing their thing.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
So, for all those that don't know, these are two of my what we call "quote unquote" rich line brothers.
Oh, man.
There's a couple more, but these two are definitely in there.
Yeah,
We're gonna go ahead and clap it up for these boys. Doing big things.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I want to clarify, rich. I am not rich, but I am wealthy.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I am a family man.
Oh.
I live my life to the fullest. This is why Ivy Joe says that I'm rich, because it's not really a monetary thing for me.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah. It's definitely rich in love. Rich in happiness, rich in just living my best life.
You're taking quotes, now you're taking quotes from the Carters now, huh?
Well,
Ivy, I have to applaud you, Ivy. You set up the perfect two people for the show, because Twan and I are totally opposite. Because Twan defines rich as the way he just defined it. I define rich as, look, man, I got a lot of money, bro.
What is that?
And that's it. Look, bro.
Don't deny it, man.
I don't care about this spiritual guidance.
You boys don't want to admit to it.
No, it's not about admitting to it. Look, and this is a topic for another show. But see, I would be rich like my line brother on the other to the side of me. But I got 3 kids, and if anybody know, when you got 3 kids, you ain't rich no more. You know what I'm saying? And I got a wife. So you talking about a wife and 3 kids? Like, come on, like. I ain't been rich for a while.
See, Ivy, Antoine, I never bought that I got a white and I'm not rich, because that's 2 incomes coming in.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's not an excuse. That's not a valid excuse.
Okay, cool. One question. G, you got a wife?
No, sir.
Because you're rich.
No, that's not why I'm rich.
Because you're rich. That's why
I'm not rich, by the way. I am not rich by any means, but I think I am on the path to be rich.
All right.
I'm on the path.
Both fighters to your corners. All
right.
Which I guess
topics today.
Typically, what we started, like, how was y'all week? G,
you go ahead, G.
Week, man? How was your week?
I had a good week, man. Regular week, just going to work. I just started back in the gym. Right now, my health is very important to me. So,
congratulations.
Thank you. So I've been going into the gym at like 5 a.m. every morning to go work out.
Likewise.
Yeah, and I feel good. I think the rest of my day after that workout has been better. So
most of the time,
Yep. But a week, man. I just moved out here, so I'm just trying to get to know the area and all that still. But I had to go to the DMV today, bro. You ever stand in the line at the DMV?
Nah, it's been a while.
Oh my God, bro, it's horrible out here, man. So besides that, I had a good week.
Good deal. So T, how was your week, man? I know you was
Man,
Mr. International.
Yeah, man. So now my week is good. I can't complain. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I just got back from Mexico, business trip, which was cool, and I didn't realize how much Rosetta Stone has impacted my life, right? Because I had to go to Monterrey, Mexico, and they don't speak a lot of English. So I came off of the plane and I had to get a taxi, and he looking at me and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, this is about to be difficult. So but we made it through. Had a hiccup. I ended up putting my ATM card in the ATM in Mexico because I forgot to get cash, and the ATM decided to just keep my shit. So yeah, and then it broke. So I was like, you know what, cool. I'm not tripping. But anyway, Mexico was good. I did realize that when I'm tipsy in Mexico, I am actually bilingual. Yeah, it's crazy. Wow. It was flowing. So
that is very interesting.
But back in Seattle now, everything good. Kind of just chilling out. Gotcha. I am on a 3-day cleanse, so I'm a little nervous for my stomach.
Yeah, I'm nervous for you, nigga. With that said, I had a horrible, no good, rough week this week. Man,
brother, what's going on?
These motherfucking customers were wearing me out this week. I earned my paycheck this week.
Wow.
They earned man. I was in the bed yesterday at 9:00 on a Friday, bro.
At what time?
Man,
9:00.
Oh, hey, bro, I get it, bro. I get it.
I would feel sorry for you, but you one of the rich line brothers, so that kind of come with the territory.
Now that is definitely not true. I'm living vicariously through you niggas, man.
Oh, boy. Hey, Ivan Joe always have been. He always had the nicest car online, even in undergrad.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
He was the first line brother with rims.
Shit real quick.
Now we want to mute. Brother start telling truth, truth, and you want to mute. All right, G. Right. We got to stick to the half truth. Let's stick to the half truth.
My bad.
For all my half truthers out there, baby. You know what I'm saying? I do it for all my hot takers and my half truthers.
All right. Okay. All
right. With that said, baby, let's go ahead. We got some pretty dope topics today. Interesting topics. We definitely hit a lot of different areas in your livelihood. Guess we'll start the day off with a little Game of Thrones action. Episode 5. So, I guess full disclosure, one of my guest hosts on this week does not watch Game of Thrones.
I don't watch that shit.
Which lets you know exactly how much money he's making.
Yeah,
he's too busy to watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
look, bro. I'm like, I did see that episode, that long drawn out war that they had.
Yeah.
I saw that episode, and that was very, very entertaining. But I just can't get into the rest of it, bro. I just can't.
I ain't, brother. It ain't for everybody.
No,
it's for almost everybody.
It ain't.
Exactly.
It ain't. With that said, Tony.
What's up, man?
My man. What did you think of the episode?
So you know what? I am a Game of Thrones person. I put Game of Thrones on a level with like Marvel. Like I had to go see Endgame like real quick because I couldn't get on social media until I saw the movie. So it's like same thing. So I've been putting some years in with this Game of Thrones. Yeah. And I appreciated episode 5 for a lot of things, but a lot of shit just didn't make sense. Like, first off, how in the fuck does Cersei and Jaime get off with just dying in some fucking rubble? Like, I'm sorry. This bitch did so much shit to everybody.
I wanted someone to poke her.
Right. And his duck ass done everything for her. Yeah. They could have at least fell out the fucking top of the building like the Hound and his brother, like something. You know what I'm saying? Like
Cocaine Bowl, that's what they calling it.
Yeah, some shit. I was a little disappointed with that. I knew Danny was gonna go crazy on the dragon. Like I could tell because when she was talking to John the day before, she looked crazy. I seen that look before. Right, so I knew some
seen that look
shit.
before, nigga?
I seen that look before, so I knew. I knew, like, I knew some stupid, unnecessary shit was about to happen because she needed to make a point, right? But my whole thing was, you on a dragon. Why the fuck did you blow the whole city up? You could have went right to the big ass castle and blew that shit up.
She was pissed though, man.
So, but them people ain't had nothing to do with that.
Well, she did say that the night before that, you know, they're not doing nothing to get Cersei out. And she made reference to when she, I guess in Ethos, when she freed all those slaves, how the slaves rebelled against their captors.
Yeah.
I guess she was like referring to that, saying that, you know, those people were genuinely grateful for free, and that's why she didn't do it. Whereas these people are
now I gotta challenge it because it's like she don't know the whole story. These people tried to kick her out, right? Had her butt naked in the street throwing bananas at her. She still became queen.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but she still became queen. And
right. So if I tried to kick you out once and your ass became queen, I'm not about to fuck with you again because you gonna fuck over me.
I mean, but you know, at the same, well, I mean, look, man, I thought it was a little over the top anyway, but that was her thinking. I'm not trying to make it sound like she was right in her analysis in it, but you throw that on top of that, and then you know,
and she had a dragon, so she made a point.
Yeah, and then you throw on top, she lost what Masanda?
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
We all wept at Mashonda.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
girl.
Hey, like, man. Yeah, can't get rid of the black girl, man.
Right,
my sister. Yeah. But
so let me get this right, bro, because I'm not a Game of. I'm trying to figure this out. So they have sex scenes in Game of Thrones, right?
There's a lot of rape scenes.
Yeah. They have rape.
I mean,
they have sex scenes. They have a lot of murder and a lot of like war, like see blah blah blah.
But I have one
question: do they have bestiality in this damn show?
I don't believe.
Like
so.
if somebody's fucking a dragon,
a possibility of bestiality.
I don't think so,
brother. Why would you be asking?
Yeah, where
want
is this going?
Are you trying to see Danny fuck the dragon or something? I don't.
Where's this going?
I'm trying to see how outlandish this show really is.
Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, they do have a show that I like on Sci-Fi. I forget the name of it, bro. What's the name of that show?
Fucking dragons on there?
No. But it's like it's technically a comic book, but they put it in a show. And one of the main characters is a black guy, and he's like, you know, basically it's a school for all the big time drug dealers, warlords, stuff like that, and they send their kids to this school to learn how to become one.
Okay.
Deadly Class. It's called Deadly Class. And so one of the main villains in that this first year of it used to do things with dogs.
See.
But he was like
you be watching some wild
extreme
shit.
Sick individual. He was an extreme.
You be watching some wild shit.
Yeah, I do. But what I would tell you, being that you out there alone and for the moment, go ahead, download that Sci-Fi Channel app and take a look at it. You'll like it.
Look, I am not a proponent of bestiality, for the record.
I'm just trying to figure out how you went there, though. I'm just trying to figure out. Look, ain't nobody said nothing about nobody fucking no beef.
And they got a lot of sex in Game of Thrones. So I figured at some point somebody's going to be fucking the dragon. That's all I thought. That's what I thought. It's going to be some baby dragons, some baby human dragons, which would not be a bad episode, right? Like a half human, half dragon.
This ain't going to
type little species. Yo,
she's ringing back in. I don't want Khaleesi fucking her dragon. That first off, that's nasty.
It's enough she fucking
that's her
nephew.
baby. Well, they do that back then, though. Everybody's related. She fucking her nephew.
Well,
Cersei was fucking her brother. You know,
Well,
the only one
but
that was
I
getting
guess-
decent pussy was Tywin.
but I guess, but at the same time, the Jaime and Cersei thing was unusual. The Targaryens, though, that's kind of what they do.
Well, first off, she didn't know she was fucking him.
No, yeah,
She didn't know she was fucking
True.
her nephew.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that didn't happen to a couple people in New Orleans. The way
What?
they didn't fucking
Don't do
cross mingle. Hey. I know a motherfucker that went to a family reunion like, oh, what the fuck are you doing here?
Oh, that is very prevalent. I will say that. Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right, well, I like I guess my favorite part of the episode was how they followed Lil Aria. You know, Lil Aria is my favorite character on the show.
Oh yeah, she'll be.
Yeah, she is beast, and I think also I think what was interesting is when old girl Danny decided to say fuck everything and tear shit up. How Grey Worm looked back at John when he was trying to hold back his people. I'm interested in seeing what that's gonna lead to.
Oh, he gonna die.
So
He gonna die.
but yeah, I think I don't know, man. I feel almost like I'm disappointed in the season almost.
I'm a reserve it for the last episode because I kind of feel like this episode is either setting us up for great disappointment or some shit we ain't see coming.
Yeah, because they didn't even have Gendry or anything going on up in the north.
Yeah, like we don't know what the fuck going on in the north.
They chilling in the cold.
I think Danny gonna get killed though. So here's my theory, right? Arya gonna try to kill Danny. Arya gonna die. Then Jon Snow gonna have to kill Danny.
I don't know, man. I think it'd probably be the other way around.
I don't know.
I mean, yours would be the better twist, but I feel like she's gonna probably get him because, like I just said about Grey Worm and John, like Grey Worm would be trying to Grey Worm would basically be the witness that old boy is being treasonous by not, killing off all the Lannisters and people.
True.
You know what I'm
But at
saying?
the same time, Grey Worm ain't got it no more. He ain't just unsullied no more. Like he had some pussy. They rubbing on each other now. His girl dead. He ain't the same.
Did he really
gonna
get
die.
some pussy? Did he really get some
Well, he ain't got no dick, but he done rubbed against some titties. Like you saw that episode, like they, I'm pretty sure he ate the grocery.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure.
I'm sure of that too. I don't blame the brother.
Me either.
Yeah, they ate a lot of ass back then. You know that, right?
Well, so I guess we are already getting kind of to what we think is going to happen in the next episode.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, what Gendry's part going to be in it because now that he's a actual Baratheon, an acknowledged Baratheon, and he has a house now. I wonder how that's going to play out. I see a lot of people thinking that he's going to be the one that end up on the Iron Throne because John really don't want it.
Really? Yeah, John don't want it. John gonna fly off on a dragon and you ain't gonna never see his ass again.
Yeah. So we'll see. Or even Sansa.
I just don't see. I can see Sansa on the Iron Throne, but I don't see her leaving the North. And she's just gonna be Queen of the North. I can see Arya on the throne though.
No, Arya, she's an assassin, man. Like I think
She is, but
I think, and if I remember, if I had this correctly, I think like in the books they had her like going off, like on her own after this. That's why that's why she
just go Assassin's Creed on them.
Because I guess in the technically in the book she looked up to like the Targaryens, especially like the ones that actually took over the Seven Kingdoms, because it was one guy and two sisters, and she in the book she was like enthralled by women being able to get in the fight as opposed to being like her mom and her sister. So I think I might read or saw something on the internet that basically said that she went west. You know, took a boat, went west to see what was out there and live out her life. But
we'll see.
at the same time, I think since season 4, they've been kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah, they've been off script.
Yeah, after season 4, this is all the show.
But it's gonna be funny either way. It's gonna feel weird either way after Sunday when it's just no more Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, I guess you do y'all get the does it drop for you guys out on the West Coast the same time it drops for us?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Like I think it might drop at like 6 o'clock.
Okay.
out here.
Gotcha. So I guess we could definitely live tweet it this week.
Yeah. I could be like, I told y'all. This motherfucker's flying away on a dragon.
Already. All right. Well, I guess unless G, you got any questions?
Man, I ain't got nothing to say about this
You
shit.
got nothing? Okay. Well,
I don't give a fuck about no Game of Thrones.
Fuck Game of Thrones.
next up on the docket is a little political action. AOC and Bernie introduced some legislation, or at least a plan, to limit credit cards issued by banks to a maximum interest rate of 15%. I actually kind of like it. I think I might have talked to someone at work about it. You know, you're never supposed to talk about politics at work. But
What they tell you.
no, I mean it wasn't like a confrontational talk. We just we basically agreed on it. But I think the funny
That's why it
thing,
wasn't confrontation.
yeah, I think the interesting thing about it is the fact that they already have this sort of a law on the books for credit unions. Like they can't charge more than 18%. So it's not a stretch for something like this to be in, be out there for the American people. And I feel like it'll help a lot of people get out of debt, or at least not get so far in debt.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, I pass the baton to the flow. Any thoughts?
Well, for me, I thought this was an easy topic, man. I think that everyone feels the same way about this. I am a proponent of. I'm anti-usury, and for anyone who doesn't know what usury is, it's the legal action, or the practice of lending money at unreasonably high rates. And I mean, like growing up, man, my dad always told me, if I don't have the money to lend, don't lend it, right? And so I think that what's the purpose of charging extraordinarily high interest rates? And
Make more money.
But that's my point. That's my point. So we are trying to protect the American people, and so therefore I support the law. But also look at what sector of the public are they? I'm always looking at some racial undertones with stuff like that. What sector of the public are they trying to target when they do charge those high interest rates and things like that?
I think everybody, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's my take. So my take on it is, and I'm gonna just give you the homegrown. I don't give a fuck about that 15%. And the reason why, speaking from a majority standpoint, no, it ain't. It's not that I'm a rich nigga, because I'm gonna be real with you. The rich piece of me is very focused on what my interest rates are on everything. Mm-hmm. But most people, if I line 10 people up and told them, pull out your credit card, and I asked them 2 questions: what's your credit limit, and what's your interest rate? They could tell me what their credit limit is. They couldn't tell me what their fucking interest rate is, because they don't know. All they see is free money. So if we really trying to protect American people, we need to start with educating them on financial literacy, how to use credit, how to effectively use it to make your situation better. Not, I got $2,000 on this card. Let me go rent this car. Let me go ball out this weekend, and I'll figure out how to pay it later. Like, come on. That's asinine. So while I appreciate Bernie and his endeavor, man, it's a blip.
Miss Alexandra Ocasio.
Yeah, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
And I'm sorry, and Alexandra and whoever else. Like, great, wonderful. You want to do me a favor? Let's start fucking educating kids in school about money and spend and financial literacy.
But I think they're starting to do that though. This one.
Oh well, good. It ain't. I'm gonna tell you right now, my kids ain't coming home with that shit. They learn that shit at home.
Hey, look, Ivy Joe, man. My only problem with this whole with what they're trying to do is that they're basing their argument on biblical references.
Biblical
and
how is that?
So as you know, the name of the act they're trying to pass is the Stop Loan Sharks Act. And so they reference
what verse that come
Bible. From? I'm sorry?
What verse that come from?
No. I'm saying that this is the name of the act that Bernie and what's her name, Ocasio-Cortez. This is the name of the act that But the support for the act is from biblical references. In particular, like usury is discussed a lot in the Bible, and so they talk about a lot in the books of Exodus, Leviticus, and Deuteronomy. And so, but they're using that as a basis to support this act. And I just don't know that that's the most effective way to do that. I think you can literally argue usury from a practical standpoint. I think they'll lose a lot of supporters with that defense.
Well,
that's all.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think that's just more or less a political ploy because you know how Republicans are. They always the most, Christian and I have my wife, my kids, go to church on Sunday. I vote against abortion because of my beliefs and this, that.
They fucking little boys in bathroom stalls.
That too. So I think that's where that came from.
Oh, so you saying Democrats don't fuck little boys? Don't you know?
All of them. They all do.
They all do.
Fucking politicians is full of shit. No knock to any politician I know. But you full of shit too. It is.
Yeah.
But I feel that, but I didn't even really know that. But I get that, man. I can see your point in that though. But at the same time, I can see that being just a political ploy to try to pull people from that caucus, and then also try to basically shame them. Like, look, we're doing this. Based on our beliefs, off your same, faith beliefs that you always talk so stringent about.
Right. If it's used as a political strategy against the Republicans, I support it, I guess. I mean, I'm not a political guru or anything, but if that's the purpose of doing that, then I support it. But
here's the thing. I disagree with that. Right? Like, I don't understand either side when they do something as a political strategy to get a reaction out of the other side. But then they layer it with this is what's best for the American people. You don't give a shit about the American people. You just don't want that side to get credit for something good.
True.
Exactly. Right? Like that's not government. That's two petty ass motherfuckers that have way too much control.
That's what it is though, man.
That's why I said it's all full of shit.
Yeah, but if you can use all that shit in your favor, like for instance, like you and me and everyone else listening, the regular American people, if we can use all that shit in our favor. For instance, let's say my current rate is at 18%, and they say they cap it at 15%. Then their shit just worked in my favor. So what's the problem?
Cool. Let me tell you what'll work in your favor even better.
What?
If we galvanized every American and educated them on how they can get what they want without using that credit card, I guarantee you that 15% will go down to 4% like that, just so they can get more use.
The problem though with that is, you're performing surgery, and I agree with you.
And you putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying.
So this Band-Aid will benefit us for the next who knows how long. But your surgical procedure, that's obviously the ultimate thing we should work towards.
But at the same time, you got to take steps. I mean, and
exactly.
I think sometimes these type of laws are put out there to essentially bring awareness to an issue. And in this instance, it's like why do you need to make more than 15% on money? You know, if I'm not, if my credit worthiness isn't worthy enough to get money from you, then don't give me the credit card. And 15% is fucking good.
All right, I get it. 15% is supposed to be good. That shit ain't good to me. That's 15%. But whatever.
Right,
you
can
retire off your 401k based on 8%. Remember that?
Okay. But my thing is, I'm not trying to give somebody else. Exactly. I'm not trying to give somebody else 15% of fucking free money just because they gave me a credit limit.
I get, but look, that's you. You know, everyone is not like you. We're talking about the masses.
Right. But let's talk about the masses, right? If we really want to help, if they really want to help, how about you put a law in place that these fucking credit card companies stop attacking targeting 18-year-olds or 19-year-olds? Like, what the fuck do they need a credit card for?
They're adults.
Just to fuck up their credit early.
That would be my devil's advocate. They're adults.
What? Okay, what classifies them as an adult? Because they ain't 16 no more?
Once you turn 18, you're legally an adult. I get what you're saying, though. I totally get what you're saying. But the devil's advocate,
in the grand scheme,
now they're adults.
Okay, great. You're an adult. Go get you a drink. But to put credit in a child's hand
to get a drink.
Right. So you ain't old enough to get a drink. Right. So basically somebody basically said, you're not old enough to drink alcohol, but you old enough to fuck up your credit to have impact for decades. That don't make no sense. How the fuck is that? How you sleep at night with that? Because you put a 15% cap on. You want to talk about steps? That's steps. I don't give a fuck about that 15%.
This act has an uphill climb to get to even get done, and what you just said has even more of an uphill climb. Just because, again,
that's what I'm saying.
The fact that they are adults, you know, now I guess what you was talking about earlier about making sure that your kids get the right education, that's the comeback to that. That's the remedy to that issue.
But
you don't need.
But my input to that is, Ivy, is I agree with Twan on that, education, but the government should not be responsible for educating kids on how to manage their finances. The parents should be. That's a household agenda. That's not the responsibility of the government. So I don't want to put that on the government to do that.
I absolutely agree with you, and I would let that ride if the government didn't have something to do with the fact that households as a whole are collectively ignorant about finance, especially black communities.
That's not the government's fault. That's not the government's fault.
That is absolutely the fucking government's fault.
Why?
So you want me to believe that there has not been a systematic plan to keep black, not even black, minority households financially illiterate?
How do they do that? How do they do that?
Give me what kind of examples you
Yeah, give me an example.
You playing.
So let's talk about how. So we're talking home ownership first.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I know about redlining.
Right. So realigning, and let me ask you this question: do you believe that? I don't want to say right now. I'm gonna say back in the day. I'm gonna say like 30 years ago. Right? Did black and brown people, were they afforded the same opportunities as others, as white?
No.
Did they even know about these opportunities?
About what kind of opportunities?
Probably not. Just opportunities. Like, okay, early retirement. Did they even know about this shit?
Probably not. It depends.
Probably not.
But at the same time, there was also a situation where they may even know about it, they just wouldn't get approved, or wouldn't be allowed to do it. I mean, I guess
also, all that shit. And what I'm saying is the people in power, the people that ran government in power, they were white people. Mm-hmm. And it's no knock. I'm gonna take, like, if all the people in power were black, best believe they're gonna take care of black people. At least I would hope so.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's sort of like war. You know what I'm saying? Who the victor gets the spoils, and I look at political theater kind of the same way. You know what I'm saying? To the majority goes the spoils. And
so my whole point That's my whole point. My whole point is power movements in government have been run by white people, majority white men, right? So it's going to impact them and their families in an advantageous way. It does not impact minority, black, brown people in the same way. So from a financial literacy standpoint, I am removing ourselves from our current era of you have data at your fingertips. You have knowledge at your fingertips. But prior to this, we did not. We did not have the necessary tools.
But we're talking about today, though.
All right, but I'm just talking about the systematic repercussions. The ripple, the pebble that was thrown in that stone that has created the wave that is financial illiteracy today, it does not get wiped away just because Google exists. Because now it's a mindset.
It's a mindset that can be easily changed today.
So really. So you want me to believe that mindset can be easily changed, but it is fucking mass surgery to fix the problem of educating kids in school or educating or the government doing something more than just putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
The problem with this topic is the problem really isn't this topic. The problem really is the family. Now, see, which goes into another topic, which I don't think, we're not probably going to talk about today.
Yeah.
But, but I think, between what you're talking about, the surgery you're talking about, this starts at home, bro. All of it starts at home. The government does it. And yes, you can Google on how can I improve my credit score? How can I save better?
Yes,
how can I do this and that?
Yes, you can.
It is so easy to fix these mental errors that we have today. It is so easy.
No, I think the knowledge is easy to find. I think the knowledge is very easy to find. To comprehend that knowledge is not an easy task, especially when you have generational influence and you have a generational mentality that contradicts everything you about to learn about financial literacy. My mama didn't do it like that. My daddy didn't do it like that. Oh, and if we're talking about households, my dad ain't even in his fucking household. But
whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
What the fuck you mean? So now we about to go down a wormhole because I'm about to go to the fact of black fathers are in jail. Don't tell me they in jail.
We can hold that out for a later topic.
Right. So
I guess
we're gonna table that.
We're gonna table that for now.
I was putting the bullets in the chamber.
Bro, please.
So to finish the topic out, I mean, what? I guess for all intents and purposes, you boys are in agreement with this act, this long short act.
How can you not be?
I think Bernie and the young lady are doing a great job.
Gotcha. Well, they're definitely.
My only thing, why keep getting down to 12%? But anyway, I agree. I agree with it.
I mean, when I kind of mentioned it earlier. The credit unions already have that 18%, so it's kind of like they're gonna be around there. And like if this were to go through, which it's not gonna happen, with a Republican-led Senate, you know what I'm saying? And as much money as the banks have to lobby, it's gonna be uphill. But if they were to do it, it's gonna be right around that 18%, and it was gonna be because credit unions are right here doing the same thing, and they have the same limitation.
We just talked about some bullshit that ain't gonna happen.
And see, for those,
at the same time, the way that it happens is by getting people aware of it, so that they talk about it and
get political.
Hold their people accountable. Like I want to see.
That's right, people. Be aware. Teach your goddamn kids better, and don't rely on the government.
I guess a little factoids before we move on. They expect to make over $120 billion on interest alone this year. That's up 12% from 2017 and up 50% from 2014. So, I mean, I think we could do something.
I'm sorry. Did you say up 50% from 2014?
Correct.
Correct. Crazy.
Moving on, up on the docket. Next up on the docket is Senator Warren. She's put together a student debt forgiveness plan that she wants to get out to the public. Essentially, forgiving $50,000 of student loans if you're making under $100K, and partial forgiveness for those making up to $250,000 She also in that plan. It would also axe tuition at all public schools and expand Pell Grants.
Man.
They said they calculated this to cost 1.25 trillion over 10 years, and she plans to pay for it from a 2.75 trillion dollar tax plan she has for the rich, which is essentially 2% on families that have a net worth of 50 million or more, and a 1% tax over $1 billion. Put it out to
look, man.
Damn, how come it's 1% on $1 billion, but it's 2% on 50 million?
Well, because they're gonna pay that too.
I'm
They pay that too. They hit both of them. They get it on both.
They get hit on
pay
both.
The 2%, and then they're gonna pay
and another 1%. Yeah. Oh, okay, I got that.
Yeah.
Okay. But this was my problem with it. I looked at the details of this, right? And in a political morning consult poll or whatever they did, 50% of the voters, only 56% say they support this proposal. I didn't understand that. You mean to tell me only 56% of the people supported wiping out student debt? Yeah. I didn't understand that. Why not 90% or 95%?
Well, you got to think, a lot of people out there don't have it. There's a lot of people out there that don't have the debt.
That's true.
Or because either they didn't go to school or their parents was
okay, but a lot of even the ones that don't have, they may be married to someone who has it, or they have a cousin who has it. Like,
I don't know about them.
But they're not being taxed. Their taxes are not being raised.
And that's
but that ain't what they're being told. That's probably not what they're being told.
No.
I'm on the because
what's in the news.
Let's be real. If I'm on the other side of it, and I don't want this shit to go through, I'm gonna be like, you don't want this because this is gonna raise your taxes. She's trying to pay for this on the back of your taxes. Yeah, and ain't nobody going to the news. They're gonna believe whatever the hell you say.
And that's what they try to do.
So we're going back to the ignorant of the topic. What you saying?
Oh, we ain't never stopped being ignorant. How the fuck you think Trump got here? The whole voting shit. The whole voting shit is based off of ignorance. It's a prom contest, right? You don't know that motherfucker until it's prom season, and all of a sudden they're your best friend. They're gonna tell you everything you want to hear, and you gonna vote for their dumb ass because you believe them. And then the next week when they prom, queen and king, they don't know you no more. They don't need you. It's the same shit.
And then there's a lot of people that believe in that pull yourself up by your bootstrap mentality.
I believe in it
until they their situation changed. Because I think go ahead.
I think a good point to start with this is why did she even propose this in the first place? Well, and the reason is because it's harder coming out of school. We all know student loans and tuition is rising every year astronomically, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's harder, and not to mention everyone has an education now, so it's harder to get a job. Housing prices are going up. Cost of living is going up. It's harder. Younger people are buying houses and becoming adults, quote unquote, at an older age now, and that's affecting the economy. So they have to find a way to put more money back into these young, educated individuals so that they can, put money quicker back into the economy.
And
what's the purpose of this?
And to speak directly to the matter, that group of people, the younger, like 40 and under, that's the people that's really spending the money because they're trying to get shit that they never had. Whereas the older people, they have what they want.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They bought their house when they was 30-something. They love their house. They ain't moving. They finally got done with their mortgage. Nah, I'm leaving this for the kids. But at the same time, I think there was the study that showed that for every dollar that the government spent on like student loans, like getting people college educated, that person put seven times that back into the government because of how much more money they were able to make.
Right. Yep.
So it's a good investment.
I mean, I think it's a real good. I like the bill. Like I appreciate Warren for doing it. Because I think Sally Mae is a motherfucker. So
yeah, she is.
Sally Mae is a motherfucker, bro.
You're a cold motherfucker. You fine.
Cold-hearted bitch.
You know. I mean, honestly, I'm with it. I don't know to what end. I think education should be free.
Yeah, especially at like public schools, public institution.
Right.
Oh, well,
Especially
yeah,
public.
obviously, yeah. But
Yeah, you can pay for private if you want,
Yeah.
but I think it should
Like,
be free.
you wanna get that cachet, have at it. But
yeah, I mean,
you talked about it earlier.
this proposal.
Go ahead.
This proposal is the Robin Hood effect. She's taking from the rich and giving to the poor. That's all she's doing. And she is Democratic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's.
But
I can't. The only people that will oppose it, I think, which is why I think the 56% only support it, is I bet the other 44% or most of the 44% are not only what Quan said they were, but I bet most of them are Republican as well. This is a political ploy.
Yeah. Republicans.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. But that is the problem with all this, right? Everything is a fucking political ploy.
Right.
And it's so entrenched that the people that are affected by it are fucking brainwashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you vote. This is
Like,
the only time people will actually go against their own self-interest a lot of times.
Right. Against their own self-interest. Like, are you that fucking stupid?
Hey, man, they're just not informed, well informed.
That fucking smart. You right, yeah.
Oh.
You don't want to call them stupid,
But you know what?
That not informed, not well informed.
Hey, but Game of Thrones coming on, the NBA playoffs are on.
Right, they can tell you everything about that shit.
So much is being thrown at, like, especially
Them motherfucking Jordan 3s coming out. Yeah, I'm gonna know about that.
It's so much is being thrown at us, especially with these new cell phones, social media. It's so much to distract us. It's so easy to have something very important to slip by.
That's a fucking cop out, and I'll tell you what.
It's definitely a cop out.
The cell phone, in the era of technology we are in today, prevents me from accepting that cop out. Because if you want to know better and you want to do better, all you got to do is pull up your cell phone. That information is right there. We are in an era where if we want to change, all you got to fucking do is look up the shit. I ain't got to go buy no Encyclopedia Britannica. I ain't got to wait to go talk to some professor. I could literally go to Google and touch him like that.
Yeah.
We don't want to do better. We don't want to know better.
I think we do. I just think that what's required for better is more than people are willing to put it. Like, it's more work than people are willing to put it.
That means you don't want it.
I think that's just more of a symptom of, a bigger topic, which is, earning a living wage, whereas people can, have that one job that take care of everything, as opposed to having multiple jobs to try to make ends meet. And in that instance, if you are that working mother and father that literally has to have two jobs to keep food and a roof over the heads of your kid, I understand why you are too busy to actually know what's going on, because it does take a little work and shit. When you're not doing something for the kids or at work, you're probably trying to get your ass some rest.
And I'm not discrediting that at all.
But I do think there's a lot of people that don't try either.
Right.
Like if they're individuals sort of like us, they just not trying.
I have a question about this topic though. Like, is she forgiving students debt like this one time, and then like what about the kids who take on debt next year? Like, are they lowering?
That was the piece and the plan about axing fees and tuition at public institutions, and then expanding Pell Grants. So that could help, I guess, if you decide to go to one of those private institutions.
Right.
So in that instance, if you go to a public school, you're gonna be getting it for free. So you won't have that. In this instance, it's just getting the $1.5 trillion in student debt that's currently on the books.
Interesting.
So this is going to have a positive effect on everyone today and.
But if they were to do this, bro, that how much money, how much money I get a student to fucking salad me every month, bro. I would be balling. Now I would definitely feel like a rich nigga then. I would feel like a rich nigga. Then I'd be like, man, I have this shit. I wouldn't know what to do with myself, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't have that, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, sometimes I think Salome, because I'd probably be like so wilding out here, bro. I'd probably be in Miami every weekend. Blowing money.
I don't know how personal you can get out of it, but I'm curious. How much do you pay a month to Salome?
Sally Mae?
Yeah.
Over
Percentage
600?
wise, that way we keep it.
Over 600?
God damn.
Yep.
How much?
Over 600.
That's a nice car note.
Yes, sir. Why you think I said I wouldn't know what to do with myself? I already have pretty good discretionary income. Actually, $600 a month would be great.
Well, obviously, education is a source of investment.
And like I said, that's why I can't really be upset.
That's why you
I
have
wouldn't
like
be in
over
the position
100.
I am now without it. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's
But
why
it-
you have
but
over
it-
100 law schools and business schools and whatnot. Method, huh?
But a topic for another day is how valuable is that education today? Dude, I'm not convinced that college degree is worth what it was when we were in college.
No.
I don't think I wouldn't agree with that.
I don't think it is.
I'm glad we're gonna have to come back to the topic, but I'm
We're gonna have
glad
to
you
come
brought
back
that
to
up
it,
in a
but-
sense because
Yeah, I have some input on that.
the reason why we need immigration or we have this immigration plan that we have currently with the United States is because we're not graduating enough college grads. Most of the people that we give and want to come here are all college educated. We're not like you hear this narrative now that everyone doesn't need to go to college, and I agree with that. You don't, as long as you're doing something to better yourself. But at the same time, we shouldn't be poo-pooing going to college because we're not graduating enough college people to take on the jobs that we need in this country to stay competitive.
You know why? Do you know why though? You know why? Look, so the CEO of Tesla, I can't remember his name.
Elon Musk.
Musk, yes. He created his own school, and he put his kids, and I think a couple other kids into the school.
Yeah, he basically homeschooled.
He homeschooled them pretty much, but he starts them on their path at a very young age. So let's say they want to go into robotics engineering, they start doing that at the age of 6 and 7 and 8. Whereas in America, in these schools, you don't start doing that stuff until you like,
If you're lucky, high school.
But that's my whole point. That's my whole point. The curriculum of schools today are not preparing them. for
So the
real
curriculum for
world.
school is definitely more aligned and akin to what we were doing in the industrial age. We need you to get used to going somewhere for 8 hours a day and listening to people.
Right. But
Now
that is
it's
not
a lot
the
different.
era we in.
Yeah, now
Right?
it's different. So so basically, I am agreeing with you because essentially that's all that is. That's pretty much what elementary is, and all the way up through 12 is basically teaching you to get used to going somewhere every day and showing up and taking direction from essentially your manager, your boss.
Yeah, whether you like
Somebody,
it or not.
it was so funny because somebody likened the education system. It might have been Will Smith's son, but he compared the education system to jail, and there are some very stark comparisons
That too.
to jail and education system. Right? Like you keep your child here for so many hours, you berate them if they get answers wrong. Right? Like we are not in a system where you can try again. Right? Like you just have to be good or you're not. And if you're not good, you get punished. But the reality of the situation is, yes, when you get in the real world, you can't quit. You're not going to know everything.
Nope.
But you have to know how to fail fast, and fail forward. It's like we're setting these kids up to fail, in my opinion, by staying so structured in our education system.
Yeah, I partially agree with that. I think I wouldn't say they're trying to make them fail. I think that this is one of those things where you can actually use it if you're smart in your favor. At the end of the day, look, I'm glad I did learn something about civics, social studies, and geography, and all these things that I really don't and all those useless English classes and all that stuff. Like
there's some value there.
mean,
there is some value there. Knowing your history.
There's some value with a lot of classes that we took. Let's be honest, there was a lot of value.
Oh no! Salute to Southern University and A&M College. I appreciated everything they did.
Yeah. Well, look, man. 27% of voters opposed the plan, and
say that again.
I think that this has a
it's 44, right?
Ploy, it has a good chance of getting passed.
When you say that again, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say? You said 27?
So 27% of the voters say they oppose the plan.
Okay, gotcha.
So that means 73% of the voters are in support of it. Of course, we have to go through Congress and everything, but
and that's gonna be the real problem because
I think I think 45 million Americans have student loans today.
Yeah,
45 million Americans, bro.
Yeah, that you know how much money? Because what a lot of people don't realize, we're a consumer-based market. Like our consumer-based economy. So basically, our economy is based on us spending money in the markets. You know what I'm saying? Like paying back debt, that ain't putting no money in the markets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
yo, you know what I was just thinking about? I'm curious, right? Separate topic, and we talk about it another day. But what would the world look like if interest was illegal?
I mean, it'd probably be a lot more haves and have-nots, man. Because then there's no benefit for me to give you money. I'm just gonna hoard it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, banks will lend out money as readily. Like Ivy said, a lot of people just hold on to it.
I mean,
you wouldn't have
benefit to it, you know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying.
Because, I mean, how much money are they making on student loans just on the interest alone?
I just told
you.
The
defaults. All that shit, right?
$1.5 trillion. There's $1.5 trillion
just on the interest?
right now.
It's on interest.
Well,
God damn.
It's $1.5 trillion on the books right now, man.
I need to hold a little something.
That's what they're trying to. I mean, I think they said it doubled in the last decade.
Well, yeah, because cost of living is going up so much, man. So it's like people have to borrow more money just to live.
So I mean,
that 1.5 trillion is just on your student loans, right?
Yeah, that's just student loans.
Yeah, it's just student loans.
Oh yeah. Fuck that. That's sad, bro.
That's super sad.
Well, hopefully, Senator Warren can get some stuff going for brothers like myself, brothers and sisters like myself, for all my hot takers and half truthers out there. With that said, I guess next up on the docket is these abortion bills that passed of lately, man.
Shit.
What they call? I think what is it? Heartbeat laws.
I don't know, but if I see one more meme about a man ain't got no right to talk, like, Lord, I agree, but stop sending that damn meme.
So this week, I guess, in the last week or so, Alabama and Georgia passed these heartbeat laws, which essentially makes it illegal after 6 weeks. I think the funny thing about that is, women don't typically know that their period didn't drop probably right around that time. But at the same time, I guess I just put it out to you guys. What's your thoughts on it? I know, Tony, you said you had a hot take.
So I mean, honestly, I think it's completely egregious that a panel of white men basically got together and said, "Well, what a woman can do."
Let me correct you right quick,
okay.
LB. The Alabama bill was written by a woman, white woman, but a woman. Just to let you know.
Man, that's self-hate to the fullest.
Yes.
Anyway, but my thing is this.
No, it's not.
It kind of is.
No,
So here's why I got a problem with abortion bills in general, and I have my own take on abortion. I am pro-life, but that's my fucking opinion, right? And I ain't knocking you if you pro-choice. I have a problem when somebody wants to put a bill in place that tells a woman when she can and cannot have an abortion, but there's no count. Like, all right, if you don't want her to have an abortion, are you going to adopt this child? Like, where's that fucking bill? So we're like, if you against her having an abortion, you take the goddamn child. You raise that child. No, real shit. Because you'll pass like abortion clinics and they got all these signs up, right?
Yeah,
this shit is wrong. This is wrong.
There's one right by my office, and I dropped my bike out to get serviced about a month ago, and I'm walking to my office, and it's like some old white people just sitting there, like, and put tables up and just chilling. I'm like, God damn, man, y'all ain't got nothing better to do.
Like, if you that passionate about abortion, then when I give you this adoption paper, sign them motherfuckers.
You know,
you'll take this motherfucker.
I think the one thing I find interesting about that is, you know, particularly, you know, being that Republicans are the ones that are typically behind it is, you know, on one hand, you know, they are against abortion and they want to stop abortion. They're all about the embryo or the unborn child. But once that child gets here, and let's say, for instance, that child is in a situation that requires, you know, government assistance, but you're trying to take that shit away. I mean,
right.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to say here? You know what I'm saying?
We don't give a fuck about your child, but
we want you to have that motherfucker, though.
Yeah, we want you to.
Well, look, man, my take on it is this. Whenever I see a panel of a bunch of white dudes that's creating and passing a law, I automatically think this is racially motivated. I could be wrong. I could be right. But this is my thought. I really do think that the white population is the numbers are decreasing over the years.
Yeah, it is.
And there's evidence of that. You can look that up. You can see
it is.
A lot of white women are not having kids today. A lot.
Yep.
No,
I wouldn't say not having, but they're not having as many.
Okay. Like, they're not having as many.
I think for the first time, I think I saw something the other day.
Look, let's throw all of them in the same bucket. The ones that are not having kids and the ones that are having less kids, and women are having kids at a later age.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're having black babies.
And throw all that to the mix. And when they do have a kid, they have a mixed kid, right? So, but these people are concerned with their population. This is population control. That's what this was. Hispanics are having babies at astronomical rates. As much as we talk about black women, how single they are, they still pushing out these babies. A lot of them still pushing out babies. So at the end of the day, this is a population control.
My Hispanic sisters are definitely pushing them out.
There you go. So by banning abortion, they're telling these. I think this is really for white women. This was really for white women. They go out
why white woman wrote it, huh?
That's why white women wrote it. That's why.
Trump is in office because of white women.
This was a white woman thinking about her race and how she can increase the numbers because maybe they're losing the numbers over the years. They've been losing it. So you ban abortion and you make them have babies. I don't think they necessarily thought about, you know, the next step. That's okay. Well, you know, what if they can't take care of the baby? I don't think they necessarily thought about that. Maybe they did. Maybe they're going to pass some new laws in the future to take care of that. But as of today, the only thing they're concerned about is they need more white women to have babies.
But this is where I get lost in your argument.
Which is why it was passed in Alabama and Georgia, of all places. Mississippi will follow. Louisiana will follow.
They got something coming up.
South Carolina will follow. It's going to keep following.
Ultimately, what they're trying to do is getting to the Supreme Court. That's really what this is about. Now that they got these extra two judges on the court, now they want to try Roe v. Wade again.
But here's where I'm confused with your argument, right?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Is there a statistical basis that says abortion rates in white women have spiked? Or are they just not getting pregnant?
No,
they're not having as many babies as they need to.
And that's fine if the abortion rate spikes. I would understand. All right, cool.
And
right.
But if they just ain't fucking, that's different.
And G's premise is because they're not having it, when you do get pregnant, we want you to have it. That's basically what he's saying in his premise.
All right, cool. But it could backfire on them if if statistics show that
It's
white
going
women
back.
just not getting pregnant,
I feel like it's going to
but
backfire.
black and brown women are getting pregnant at this rate. And let's just say, I'm making this shit up. 20% of black pregnancies get aborted. And now you going to tell them they got to have it. That's 20% more niggas you got here. You are defeating the purpose.
Well, I mean, you got to also understand that what I just said about them, affecting the government assistance programs. And that could also help them make the argument that, see, it's not even working. It's still not working. We need to do something different. We need to work with private companies to help you, do what you need to do to put food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all they really want to do. They want to pass on government services as a private service. Pass that to private companies to dole out government services.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess as far as I'm concerned, kind of piggybacking off Tony. I mean, personally, I'm pro-life, but politically, I'm pro-choice. I guess
I like that.
I just don't feel like. I feel like it's not your business, and I guess
exactly.
I feel like
it ain't your fucking business. Mind your fucking business.
The Republicans are real big on like religious values and religious freedoms, and I find it very odd that with them all these laws that they're putting in place based on essentially their faith, you are actually limiting if someone else's faith, if it, say for instance, doesn't agree with yours. For all intents and purposes, every red-blooded Republican for the most part, and I'm painting with a broad brush at this point, but and they're against Sharia law, but these type of laws are essentially the Christian version of Sharia law, and I find that interesting. I find that very interesting.
Well, I thought the Bill of Rights were passed to separate church and state. That the laws that we pass in the state should not have respect to religion.
But that's why they're saying faith now. They're saying faith.
Okay,
so it's workplace.
Yeah.
So it's workplace, right?
Yeah.
When has that ever been the case though in history? When has church and state or faith and state ever truly been segregated? It's kind of contradictory because you say that the government should be run on a separation of church and state, but it's run by the people. And the people are predicated, their movements are predicated based on their faith.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are we talking about this? Ain't no church and state. Church is state.
Well, I mean, so I guess that's where I would disagree with you on that, in a sense that we shouldn't be making decisions on, a book that, for all intents and purposes, could be fiction.
Yes, I agree.
So we shouldn't be making laws based on living up to, some standard that, for all intents and purposes, we already know we're not going to be able to live up to.
Well, also, you can't base a law on a book that everyone doesn't necessarily respect the book that the law is based on. Some people here are
probably
Muslim.
20 different those books. So which book?
Exactly. So who
here's the problem
should say that one book should be prioritized over the other books?
But here's the problem with that is you are raised off of the pillars in whatever book you are raised off. Like that, the principles in that book, be it the Bible, the Quran, whatever, right? They have molded your principles, and now you are being asked to separate yourself from the principles that define you to present bills and laws for everybody.
Yeah.
That shit don't make sense.
But this is why we created a democratic union. It's because the people should run the government. So if household 1 or A is Christian, household B is Muslim, household C is, practice Judaism or whatever, then our law is presented to them and they say, hey, do you support or do you not support this law? Everyone puts in their ballot and they cast the ballot. That's it. That's the way it should be run.
And I agree.
Right.
And when we get to a utopian society where there is no more Republican and Democrat, and it is literally just people standing on their morals and standing on their principles and giving diverse perspectives, that would work. But that's not where we at.
Well, you performing surgery again, brother. Doc, I'm starting calling you doctor from now on. But this brother always operating on some shit. You know,
I'm just saying.
You know, the government is not the business of operating. The government is the business of placing Band-Aids on situations.
But at the same time, I guess, you know, but where would it end? I mean, the good books also say one of the 10 Commandments is not thou shalt not cheat. I mean, commit adultery. I mean, should you go to jail for that?
Because that's next.
I mean, and they didn't.
Last I checked, that's a good point.
Last I checked,
them, draw the line?
Them 10 Commandments didn't necessarily, you know, have any like scale on which one is more than the other. I mean, we put people in jail for killing. Hell, isn't one of the commandments
thou shalt not kill? So.
Covet someone's wife? What the fuck is that? So you're saying if I think of your wife,
I can't even want your wife?
Yeah, I can put you in jail for that. Where does it start? And I think that's where the separation of the church needs to be.
This is my thing, though, man. They ban abortion, but they won't ban assault rifles.
Yeah.
You know, like, I just don't. Yeah. I don't understand that.
That's right.
Because it's interest. Because it's based off interest. It ain't got shit to do with best for American people. They don't give a fuck about American people. That's what I started with.
But that's why I said that this bill was passed for the betterment of their people, the people who actually passed this law, or they're seeking to have this passed. Well, they actually banned it, so it went through. But wait, did it go through, Ivan?
What? Yeah, they passed it.
Yeah, they banned it. So, but this was for them. This wasn't for your children.
It's 6 weeks. Like after 6 weeks, you can't have it.
But again, I don't know. Like I don't think they had their people in the back. And then this whole their us. Let's be real with you. I know racism is there, but most of these bills don't just affect one race. They just impact one race more than others.
So that's the thing.
But that's good enough for them.
Yeah. It probably affects more our minority groups than it does their group per se. But like he said, because white women aren't having as many more, the thought is, hey, whenever there's a viable embryo, we don't want it to be aborted. We need all our good white skinned babies.
Yeah.
I can see that being in someone's mind.
Let me tell you, it just sounds like some bullshit to me.
That's the long play. That's called the long play.
But the long play is a stupid play because if you're gonna stop me from killing these black and brown babies, that means you want me to overpopulate Alabama.
I guess what you are, in my mind, you're missing is, dude, we're even at best right now we're 15%.
13, I thought, but yeah.
Like I said, at best. And them people is like 60%, dude. Like we ain't catching that. We ain't catching
that. But them Mexicans, them Hispanics are.
That's because they are migrating in.
All right.
They're on top of having babies, they're migrating in. That's how they're catching them. And that's why they are so big on this immigration now, because they're scared of that shit.
Yeah, it's migration is the biggest proponent of why they that numbers are increased so much. It's more so migration.
I mean, now granted, they are out of all the racial groups, they are the ones that are having the most babies, but immigration helps a lot too. Like people coming into the country to work from Mexico or Central America.
Shit's fucked up, but it's par for the course for Bama. Roll Tide.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, but they're hoping that other states catch on to this.
Other states they do it. I mean, it started in Georgia was the first one to do it this year, and then they came. They was just the last, and then I think Missouri just passed one.
See?
And
it's gonna start.
And Louisiana got something on the books. It's probably not as. I think it was 8 weeks in Louisiana.
You know, Louisiana got something on the books.
So
but they put some hot sauce on it and everything.
Mm-hmm. You can Tony Sadger on that someday.
All right, well, unless y'all have anything else to talk about.
Watch out, Zion, when you go out down to New Orleans, brother.
He gonna get him a good white girl, huh?
Who you talking about?
That white girl in the board, she ain't aborting that baby.
Yeah, y'all better strap up.
With that said, next up on the docket, Tony, you want to take the lead on this?
So I was looking at something or reading something, and it says something about black women. Only 28% of black women are expected to get married. And I thought about it, and I was like, that is a fucked up stat.
So what is your source of reference on that?
Man, I wish I could tell you. It was probably Twitter. I don't know. But they referenced something. But it was like, I don't know, whatever. But it was 28%. So this shit could be totally fucking false.
Yeah, because I was about to say I saw something a few weeks back. Basically said that 85% of the black people marry other black people. Like 85% of black marriages consist of a black man and a black woman on the census at least.
Okay. I don't know how that number correlates.
Those two are unrelated.
But continue. I know you had a discussion.
Yeah, of the 72% of black women that's getting married, they probably marrying a black dude. Okay, great. Of the 28% that's getting married, they marrying a black dude. Whatever.
85%.
So it sparked the question of how much of that is black women's fault, and how much of that is our fault as black men. Like, are we going beyond even valuing black women as the end all? Right? I think there's this notion that as a black man, I'm a dip, I'm a mingle, I'm gonna see what's out there, but at the end of the day, I'm coming home to my queen, right? And my question is, one, are we still holding a similar perspective to come home to the queen? And two, is she a queen? Or is she acting like she don't even want to be bothered?
Well, I mean, she's definitely a queen. I mean, my mom and my sisters are definitely queens.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, I don't think it's necessarily anyone's fault per se. I wouldn't say it's a nigga. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say all of the situations lend itself to being one or the other's fault. I mean, shit, it could be just as just like we were just talking about earlier about how millennials are taking longer to buy houses and get married and start families. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? More and more black people are getting more educated, doing better off. So they're hustling for their own career, trying to make more money. And next thing you know, you look up and shit, you're in your mid 40s and you no kids. I mean,
I'll give you that. I give you that, Joe. But I'm talking more in terms of, let's be real. From what I see right now, black is trending. Like, we some trending motherfuckers right now.
What you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, we trending. At every turn you look at it, from every positive of black culture, somebody is trying to replicate or trying to take or try to.
It's always been that way, man.
Yeah, it's always been that way. But
it's always been that way.
But
you look back at everything
true.
since way back when, man.
I agree with you.
Got its funk from pretty much us. Like, what's cool in America has always been sort of black American culture.
I agree, but what I'm saying is it's heightened though, because of the age we in, because of the visibility and the quick visibility that people have. Black is trending more, I think.
Okay, so what that has to do with
black
this?
Men.
What that has
I
to do
think
with
black
this?
men. So what it has to do with this is black men are getting a lot more attention from other races than they typically would.
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess so, maybe a little bit.
I think so, right? And in terms of, the women they pairing, a nigga got more options.
I point back
and I'm just saying,
I still point back to that stat that I just said, that when black people get married, 85% of the time it's a black person. I mean, that still means we're marrying black people more than not.
Okay.
Well, my take on it is there are definitely more interracial relationships and marriages today. We know that. It's increasing over the years because of, I think, most of what Twan said. I think that, we don't even just see, like, Antoine lives in Seattle. And now you're seeing Indian people mixing with other races. Like, that's not historically their culture to mix like that. Even they're mixing. I think it's just everyone is mixing now. I think that's the culture. It's a part of American culture now. And I think it's pervasive even in our pop culture, which is, dominantly influenced by black people. But when you talk about the 28% of women that only 28% get married, what about the other 72%? I think a lot of things play into that.
I think we're going to have to figure out where Tony got this shit.
Yeah, we're going to do it. And again, prefacing the shit, it was an expectation.
Tony got this shit.
It was 28% of black women are expected to get married. Like, that's what it, I don't know what the fuck I got to
I think that's mostly true today. I think that's mostly true.
But okay, so let's take it from this standpoint. I think we all on this call have experienced various cultures in our lifetime. For me, long time ago, long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I said it to say. I wasn't saying it for a joke. I was saying it to say, when you compare different cultures and how women act towards you, right? Mm-hmm. There's something to be said. Let me preface it by saying all women crazy. They're crazy. They are. They differently crazy.
As it pertains to how we act, yes.
As it pertains to how we act. But there is something to be said about the apprehension of approaching a black woman because she has stereotyped you before you even step to her. And I'm just where is this animus coming from before I come to you? Like, I'm coming to you as a king, come to me as a queen, meet me on the same level, and let me just say hi. I don't want to take no L for none of the brothers that hurt you before. Like, meet me where I am.
All right. May I take this topic to another level a little bit, please?
Go ahead.
Take the flow, brother. A term was brought to my attention some years ago called toxic masculinity.
Uh-huh.
And
I don't like that word.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I know what it means, but I don't like it.
Expound. Okay. Expound for the listeners.
Well, I mean, I don't even truly know what it means exactly, but from my best understanding of it is, as a male, being born in this world, you are given certain privileges. And because of those privileges, we are inconsiderate of other people's lives and their rights and just respect for them. And to a point we can somewhat be it's so subconscious that we don't know how we're negatively affecting the other gender. So this toxic masculinity we talked about. Now you talk about when you want to meet a woman and she this and that, you say all women are crazy. Why are all women crazy? Now if I look at this objectively, it's let's be honest, man. It's easy to be a man, especially in this society. It's easy to be a man. It really is. It really is.
I don't know.
You don't have to deal with the same things that a woman has to deal with.
Joe, give him his IG handle so the women can follow him right now.
Yeah, it's coming.
Background.
That's coming.
Clapping.
Sensitive G, baby.
Yes. G understand.
I am not pro woman. I am not pro woman. I am not pro man. I am pro truth. And all I'm saying is that just consider the shit a lot of women have to go through. So when they do come with that shit, that craziness that you talk about, realize it's harder for them to find a husband than it is for you to find a wife. Dating for a woman is harder, especially a black woman.
Why is that? Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Why do you think it's harder for
one?
I feel like it's easy.
Now what I'm about to do? Now I'm about to go on the other side of this one. I think it's partially their fault because they don't necessarily date outside their race as much as we do. I think
I appreciate that.
I think black women should start looking to dating outside of the race because black men surely do. But
stop looking at your black ass.
Right. But yeah, I just think that I think it's harder for them in the dating world. I think that most black women actually want to be with black men, but most women, a lot of women do want to be with black men, but they want to. Whereas black men don't necessarily look to black women as the primary candidate for dating. Like,
so is that something that you're speaking on?
Yeah, is that a personal thing, or are you speaking for the man?
I think that's pretty.
I think that's a narrative. I think that's an untrue narrative.
I know what I want. I like other things.
Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
And
I'm completely removed from the situation, but I love black women.
You are
because I'm married, and I'm married to a black woman. So I'm not completely removed, but removed from the single team, right? But I'm married to a black woman. We have created black kings and queens to be, right? So, but when I look at a black woman, like, and this is the part where I'm getting more followers. Like, no, but Rich, I love black women. No, I love black women. It is art to me. No, seriously, it's art to me to watch a black woman. That does not discredit Hispanic women, white women, Asian.
You do realize some Hispanic women are black, right? Just FYI.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna call them.
And also, Hispanic is technically not a race.
Ivy, can we table what you just said for a later discussion on exactly what is black?
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you got
African descent,
ounce of black, you black. If you look swirly, you black.
Yeah, there are Afro-Latinas. No. There are Afro-Chinese people. Believe it or not.
Here's the thing: is it true that everybody came from Africa?
Yeah, I don't like
that's what the scientists say.
Yeah. Then everybody black. Go back to my goddamn point.
Well, you just supported my point then. Then we take everybody then, right? Because everybody's black.
I'm talking from the context of when you bring her home to your mama, if she can't tell she black, she probably ain't black.
Right.
You said if you can't tell she ain't black?
If your mama can't tell she black, she probably ain't black.
I don't know, man. My grandma.
I don't know, bro.
My grandma was one of those.
I've met some black girls who I actually questioned if they were black.
Nah, all right, but Creole, you know Creole.
Nah, I'm talking about my grandma was blonde hair, blue eyes.
Passe blanc, but she knew. She knew.
Passe blanc.
Yeah.
She
well, I put it like this. The reason why I say that is because she had two brothers and we never met them because they moved to New Orleans and passed.
Yeah, I seen Lionel Richie's daughter.
When you look at her, what she looks white, she doesn't.
Yep, but I know she's black because she's Lionel Richie's daughter.
But if you didn't know she was Lionel Richie's daughter, you wouldn't think she was, and your grandmother wouldn't even think she was black.
I don't know, man. I think Nicole looked a little swirly to me.
She looked white.
He adopted her. That ain't really him.
Oh well, shit. She might be white.
Oh, she's adopted.
Yeah,
but she looks swirly.
But his daughter though, he got a younger daughter, and she's very light skinned. I thought you was talking about her.
No, I was talking about Nicole.
Almost like if I remember correctly, almost like Michael Jackson's daughter. You know how light skinned she is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had doubts about her though.
Who?
Till she opened her mouth. And then I was like, yeah, she's black.
Who, Michael Jackson, though?
She's black. Yeah. She opened her mouth, all that Joe came out of her. Y'all not going to be talking about my daddy. Oh. I was like, yeah, there you go. That's Joe's granddaughter right there.
Oh, man. Well, look, man.
But anyway.
But I think who's to blame for the only 28%? I think it's partially black women's fault, and I think it's partially black men's fault. I don't think black men have a responsibility, as much a responsibility to their own culture, or we don't to our culture as much as maybe women feel that they have. So I think that could be a reason why. Like, we don't feel like we have to marry a black woman. For the most part, I don't think black men feel that.
You're right. I don't feel like I have to marry a black woman, but at the same time, my first impression of a queen was my mama, right? So like that's what I had, and I got the utmost respect for my mama. And while I don't want to be with my mama, I want to be with somebody that exhibits the same traits as her, right? So I want, that's my queen. Like I want that. I'm not deviating from what my family looked like when I was raised, just to go find another race. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
not to each his own. If you find love in another race, that's, man, do you. But
I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
it happens. But I will say they're saying that. So China has a lot of work going on in Africa, and because of that law they had back in the day. Well, they had that one child law, and majority of the families wanted sons. So now they just got this abundance of guys. And because they're doing a lot of work in Africa, a lot of them brothers is marrying themselves African queens.
Wait, a lot of
Chinese
a lot
brothers.
of them Asian dudes.
Yeah, Chinese brothers.
Well, also too though, I'm looking at the African mothers in Africa. They are convinced. They're trying to convince their daughters to marry those Chinese men as well for economic prosperity.
That too. Yeah.
So it goes both ways.
That is true.
Hey man, I love blazers, bro. Some of the most beautiful women I've seen in the world with blazers.
You stupid nigga.
No, I'm serious, bro.
I think some of the most beautiful women I've seen. I haven't necessarily been there, but like them East African women.
Oh my God.
Oh my dude.
Yeah.
You're right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
And the good thing about that is they're black.
Yes.
Like they're still black women.
Hey, I told you what I
they
want.
are beautiful.
I told you what I wanted.
It's all black. You did say.
Okay. So you want African girl.
I want a black. I want a black woman, man.
You want an East African girl specifically.
I wouldn't mind one, but they like I was just saying earlier, like how you don't typically see Indians kind of mixing out. They don't either, cause they big in like Minnesota, like that Minneapolis this area.
Well, they're starting to really expand. They got a lot of them in Atlanta. So
hold on.
They stick to themselves with
that.
They kind of stick to their group.
I'll dive a little deeper with that, Joe.
By the way, so
in terms of, you say you want a black woman, right?
Yeah.
What if that East African woman does not identify herself as black?
How can she not? She's African. She is black.
Hold on. Is black something that is synonymous globally, or is that something that Americans?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. We may have to table this discussion because that's a whole separate
that is a whole.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
We're talking about culture now. At that point.
Yeah.
Now, you're talking about culture, Twan. You're talking about culture.
All right, but we're talking about diverse categories. How we categorize ourselves. Americans, we categorize ourselves black, white, indifferent. But if you go outside of America, is it the same?
I mean, I would imagine it wouldn't be as, if you go to Africa, being black isn't the same as being black here. They probably not, they call them, matter of fact, if I remember correctly, they just think of themselves, like if they're Nigerian, they just think themselves as Nigerian. Like they didn't get called black until they came here or went to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone there is basically black.
So that's what I'm saying.
So they don't have to make the distinction.
That's what I'm saying. If you feed your desire of a black woman by getting a woman of color, and she like, I'm not black. She's like, yeah, you are. She's like, no, I'm Ethiopian. Okay. You look black to me. Like,
I've had this conversation.
Does that do it for you?
I've had a conversation with a female recently, and I don't think I can.
They don't like being called females.
Females don't like being called females?
They don't like being called female. They call her a lady or a woman.
Oh, okay. Well, I had a conversation with a woman some weeks ago about this, and I don't think that the black woman that I would marry, if I was to marry a black woman, I don't think she would need to be conscious of my blackness as well, and the history of my blackness. So if she can't identify with that, I just don't see how well we would mesh. So I think that isn't it. To me, that would be an issue.
I guess it could be an issue, but I feel like if I feel like our history is kind of like world history because of the place that we are in as far as being America and being the top dog right now. Everyone is learning and wants to come either to Europe or here. So I think at the very least they're going to have some remedial understanding of our history, particularly the people that look like them in this country. I mean, but at the same time, it ain't going to be like the sister up the street that you grew up with. Little Angela around the corner, little hot girl that know how to pee-pop.
Right.
It ain't gonna be like that, but I think they're gonna have some understanding of what's going on.
Right.
All right. So what's next, T? What's next on the docket, baby?
All right. So I'm sure everybody's seen this. They saw the viral video of the young black woman being gunned down and murdered by the white cop. I forget the name. I think it happened in Texas or something.
Yeah, I think it was Texas.
Everybody was up in arms and about it. So I'm watching D.L. Hughley's show, and he's comparing society's value of the life of a pet versus the life of a black person. And he made some very interesting points because, as a society, we value pets and their lives way more than we value the lives of black people. Like Mike Vick went to jail for, 8 years? Something like that? 7 years? For a dog fighting ring that he just paid for. Yet we
for
see
clarification,
images.
for clarification, when you say we, you really mean white people, don't you?
I mean white people.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying. No. I'm not going to just put white people in that box. Everybody has seen these black people gunned down. Everybody has seen Philando and Alvin and Trey and whoever else. They've seen these people. We are in an age where you see it even if you don't want to see it. So it's not just white people. I am looking for empathy from everybody because a life was taken unnecessarily, at least to the point of not justifying the cop's action as the first instinct. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if a dog gets beat, they are not justifying the person that beat the dog reason for doing it first. It's always, oh my God, I cannot believe someone would do that to that dog. But I can't remember the last time the first response was, I cannot believe somebody would do that to a human.
Well, I personally think that to the people in power, why they value the life of a dog over the life of a black person or another human being that doesn't look like them is because dogs do not fight back. So, of course, I would value the life of my slaves. It's just like the value of black people when they were slaves, right? I think that I think white people were actually nice to slaves during slavery. After the times of revolt and things of that nature. But on a regular day,
minus the shackles.
I'm saying, but on a regular day when you got to go out to the field and tend to the vegetables and all that stuff and whatnot and tobacco.
Hey, nigga, how you doing today?
Yeah, I bet it was just a regular, nice, sunny, cool breeze day, and everybody was just nice to each other. I bet that's what it was like.
Fuck out of here.
But because slaves did not fight back. But now that we've been given our rights, and now we've come into our own, we have this confidence about ourselves, this humanity. We fight back now. We revolt.
Whoa.
We protest.
Whoa. Most of them people I talked about, did not fucking fight back. They were very submissive. They may have asked questions, but the whole notion of my life was threatened by most of these cowards with these guns is totally bullshit.
But I think that I think that we fail to first of all, when you are in a war, you have to know your enemy, right? That's number one. Know your enemy and know their tactics. And I think that we actually expect our adversaries to be human. We expect goodness out of them. We think that they could change. But what if we actually knew these people will never change? These people, they are our enemies. They hate us. They will always hate us. If we think with that tactic, and maybe we can approach it differently, I guess. So it's like we're expecting something different from them that they've been doing for a very, very long time. So why would you expect anything different all of a sudden?
I want to make sure I understand. I want to make sure I understand your perspective. Right? You have perceived a certain race a certain way for so long that why would you perceive them any other way? Right?
Exactly.
That's the point, right?
Yep.
That is why we are being killed right now. True or not, white people or most of society have been raised, influenced, manipulated to believe that black people are aggressive, kill people, are criminals.
Well, that's the marketing that you see every night on the news.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That marketing is taking effect.
They don't show the the white boy every night that's shackled from head to toe. They will show that nigga.
But Joe, that's my point. That the narrative is wrong. The perspective is wrong. And we can't hold on to the perspective of white people not going to change, but expect white people to fucking change.
But that's my whole point is they don't expect them to change.
But we can't. When I say expect white people to change, I say expect them to see us differently. Not for
Stop worrying about that. Stop worrying about that. That's my whole point.
I would if they took the guns away from them. You see what I'm saying? I would if they took them out of badges. I would stop worrying about white people if I didn't have to worry about them holding a shield and shooting one of my sisters or my brothers or my children because you felt fucking threatened, you coward motherfucker. I would agree with you. But I can't because of the climate we're in.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the same old story though, man. I mean, cops get away with, taking that, that brevity in the street, and the thing about it, I don't know what law it is, but obviously there's they have a protection as long as they feel like they were threatened. And, I don't want to say that, not resisting helps, but that's the easiest way for them to get away. Hey, my life was threatened. I ain't know what he was doing, what she was doing.
Right.
I'm going home tonight.
And they get away with that. My take on it is, I'm gonna make it home. I'm gonna make it home and deal with the consequences. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I am an educated black man, but I'm probably close to what the fuck they think when they shooting them other people. Because I'm gonna make it home, and you can sit me in a cell for 20 years later. Fuck it, we'll talk about it later. I'm gonna make it home though. The problem is that is not the mentality, and cops don't have consequences. And as black people, we waiting on cops to put consequences on cops. Now, this is not the opinions of half truths and hot takes. This is me, Twine only, right? Gotcha. But I'm of the opinion. I'm of the opinion. If cops knew that there were detrimental consequences to their action, then it wouldn't happen. The minute one of these cops gunned down somebody in the community, and one of these half-ass, ignorant-ass drug dealers roll right up in their fucking house and do some heinous shit, the initial fallback would be catastrophic. But the overall impact will probably be beneficial to the community. I'm just being completely 100.
I just feel like they just need to hold these people accountable, man. I mean, maybe just graduating from high school isn't enough to be a cop. Maybe you need to have some actual life skills. You can't be an 18-year-old cop, 20-year-old cop. You got to at least be able to have graduated from college with your class. You know what I'm saying? And
I think these are all good band-aids. But you saw Avengers, right? You saw Avengers. What did Thanos tell Thor when he in the last Avengers in Infinity Wars? He said you should have aimed for the head. Remember he tried to kill him?
Yeah, I remember.
I feel like these cops are agents. And I feel like at the end of the day, they are being paid by taxpayers' dollars. So I think that whoever is paying the most taxes and who are very political are really influencing this behavior.
Well, that's white
so
people.
I think
man.
they even.
I mean,
Okay.
the people with power in this country is the majority. You know?
And the people, and they're not changing the law.
No.
These cops do not have that kind of power like that, bro. It's the people giving them the power. That's what we need to.
No, these cops have been granted the power.
Exactly.
Because they know they got a backbone.
So
but here's
if you change the cops, right? You still didn't correct the problem. And don't get me wrong, I do agree with you, Twan. We do need to address that issue, and that would be a nice band-aid to have them go through their training properly, to make sure they are properly educated, all of those things. I think that's great. I don't think that's going to solve the problem. I think that it'll alleviate the problem a little bit.
No.
I don't think, yeah.
I agree with Ivy that is the best step. Like, if you are policing a community, you should be entrenched in that community. Everybody should know you in that goddamn community.
Okay, Twan, I had a question for you, Twan. Do you think having more minority cops or more black cops would be better?
Fuck no. Niggas kill niggas. And a nigga with a gun that thinks that this white boy is his friend because they wearing blue. How many times you been pulled over by a nigga and it reminds what was the dude in Boys and Girls? The cop.
Can I answer that question? Man, answer that question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been pulled over by a black cop, and every time I've been pulled over, it's been a positive experience. It always has been.
Okay, I can't say the same.
Okay,
I done met some bitch ass cops, and they was black.
I think the majority of the time I've been pulled over has been white boys, though. If I'm being honest.
I mean,
if I'm being 100, yes. Most of the time I've been pulled over is by white.
I don't think I've been pulled over by a black cop yet.
Yeah, I've been approached and pulled over by black cops.
I guess I should caveat. The caveat to that is not on Southern University campus.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, the majority of the police workforce is white, though. So I would expect you to get pulled over by a white cop.
But my point is this: you put these cops on these beats in communities they know nothing about. So while I agree, the best form of action is what Ivy said. Like, put things in place where they have to do more community interaction, because most of this shit wouldn't happen if they knew the people they was about to gun down. It just wouldn't.
Yeah, bro, I'll take it even a step further, man. I think it's not just the white guy. It's those beta male, like, weak, scary,
coward motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's like, I look at some of these guys, I'm like, bro, how did you even get a uniform? Like, you probably look like you can't even bench 135. You know, and you look like you will be scared amongst a group of black men. You look like you would be one of those, white boys who would just get afraid. So I'm just wondering, like, why would you want a person like that in a police uniform? That doesn't give them that much responsibility. I don't understand that.
I just feel like they should have consequences, man. If there should be legit reviews, and if it's not a good shoot, prosecute that sucker, man. Not just fire.
The problem is the judge is white. The problem is the judge is white, and if the judge don't know the cop, the judge know the superintendent, or he might know his family. And the first thing they go to is, this guy's a good guy. He just made a mistake. We can't let his family be punished for this one thing. Everybody's a good guy until they ain't.
Yeah.
Until they ain't. But that's the narrative, right? That's the fucking narrative. The judge is white, the cop is white, the DA is white, and they all in favor of mitigating his impact to him.
Right.
That's the fucking problem.
Well, back to the video, though.
Until that gets fixed, I'm like, nigga, if the community, if you know what? If the community would stop fucking hitting record on their cell phone and pull up, straight pull up with guns that they own and circle at some bitch.
Tony sounds like old Malcolm. I should call you Tony X around this bitch, huh?
Wait. Call me Tony X because that's
Tony
what we
X
don't
around
talk
this
about, right? We don't talk about gun ownership. But the Second Amendment is not just in place for white people.
Nope.
Fuck, take advantage of this
I
shit.
plan to make a purchase real soon.
I guarantee you, if 14 motherfuckers in the hood rolled up with their assault rifle,
that could escalate the situation, though. You know,
it could escalate.
At
but
that
it could
point,
de-escalate
at that point, the cop
because
would
the minute
be like, I felt like they were coming to kill me. Now all of a sudden, the only position they're in now is to shoot the cop now.
True. And the minute you raise your gun to me without me doing something, you're going to die. The video could catch it. All I'm saying is, I have rules to my gun ownership. You have rules to yours. All I'm trying to do is de-escalate this situation while I'm armed.
It's just the game is skewed in their favor, though, man.
Nah, well, look, like I said, I'll deal with the judge.
It's gonna take a lot for them to be like, "Oh, your shot was a good shot." You know what I'm saying?
Look. At the end of the day, I think the best way to handle this, honestly, is just employ more black cops. I understand your point, Twan, is that he probably would, but I think it would happen a lot less, though. It would happen a lot less.
Maybe.
So not only
what I think, but I think more gun ownership. Black people should fucking own guns.
Nah, I don't think that'll solve the problem. I think I think there'll be more shootings if that happens. I think that you need. First of all, you're attacking black unemployment. You're dealing with that issue by employing more black cops, and also you're having more people from the hood policing the hood. So you understand the language, you understand the mottos, you understand the mannerisms, and you're not as afraid of things that are unknown to you because they are known to you.
You know what I want? You know what we're gonna do?
I think that's the best band-aid.
Look, we're gonna create an app. We're gonna create an app where every black person can hit a button and then be helping nigga out.
Yeah. That's not giving away the good ideas now.
I was just about to say that.
We gotta keep that in the house, baby.
That's what we not going to do. Can we make the money first, dude?
Anyway, something gotta change. Shit is
definitely things gotta change, man. Cause the more things change, the more they stay the same.
And I am militant. I own that shit. But I'm a proponent of this cause and effect. And if I affect you enough, it may cause you not to do no more dumb shit.
I
feel you, I think we all can agree you are somewhat of an extremist. And you would even admit that yourself, right? You just did. And I think that you have good intentions, so I think you're a positive extremist. You're a positive extremist. Right?
Thank you. I appreciate it, brother.
So you are. But at the end of the day, we always group extremism all in the same bucket, whether it's positive or negative. We as people, we put it all in the same bucket. And what we do with that bucket, we tend to throw it in the water. We don't do it. We don't like extremism, especially in this country. So, as far as this topic is concerned, bro, it's not going. Like giving everybody guns, increasing guns. As much as Republicans want that to happen.
Republicans don't want that shit to happen. I said that shit. If we want to impact Republicans in this NRA and this gun talk, go buy a gun.
Oh, and by the way, I'm actually not anti-Republican. I'm actually not pro-democratic. I'm kind of like
I think you're pro-democratic. You're just not a Democrat.
Right.
Democracy.
Look,
democracy.
Listen, bro. I have Democratic views on some issues. I have Republican views on some issues.
So you talking from a party standpoint.
I have conservative.
Ivy is talking from the holistic term of democracy.
Yeah, personally, I do think if you put more money into businesses, then that will help the people a lot more. If the businesses are fiscally responsible, just put money into the hands of the people won't necessarily help the people. And so that's like the part of the democratic policy that
I don't necessarily believe that. I don't believe that because in my background.
You say you do or you don't believe that?
I don't believe in that. As far as like giving money to businesses.
You don't?
What do you mean by that when I say that?
If you give tax incentives to fiscally responsible businesses, they will increase the number of employees.
That's what you think.
Right?
That's what you think.
Hold on, Joe. G, define fiscally responsible for me.
If my company is increasing its profit margin, then I'm going to grow my company. And part of growing my company and also being responsible for the economic development, and not only my company, but of my participation in the American, I wouldn't even say American, but just the national economic growth. I want to increase the number of employees as well. I have an incentive in that.
Okay, let me tackle that real quick from a corporate standpoint.
But the caveat is that I get tax incentives for doing that. Yeah.
So I work for a large tech company. I won't say which one. Yeah. But
we never speak those names on this podcast.
Cool. So I think my current company is very fiscally responsible. But I am in a position where I am lobbying for more diversity in that company, right? Diversity and inclusion. And currently, and this is not just the mindset of my corporation. This is like a lot of companies. They look at diversity and inclusion as a good thing to have, but it's not necessary to their bottom line, right? Now, this is a financially responsible company. You're now saying, give more money to these people and hope that they make a social impact. If it don't directly affect their bottom line, they don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, but this is what, see, this topic is big because I'm saying fiscally responsible, but what I really mean is fiscally responsible, and they hold a responsibility to the welfare of the community. They're actually involved. They invest in that diversity, the inclusion of all representatives of all races and things of that nature. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, well,
and I'm saying if you put the right CEOs to run these companies to make sure that they are held responsible and they actually want to do these things, I think. Not, don't get me wrong. I think this is almost like the perfect world. But let's say we were living in the perfect world, and you do give money or tax incentives to these companies. These companies will make sure that they are investing in these communities, that they are employing a diversity of people and more people. And I think that that's the best way to grow your economy and to help the people at the same time. But now, on the flip side of that, you give the money to the people. What are they going to do with that money? Let's say you give them a $5,000 tax break. You know, so I'm just like Obama did. You remember the break he gave years ago? He just put the money in the people's pockets. What if people if he gives that money to like us on his phone or in his call, what are we gonna do? Like, we're gonna do something good with that money. I'm not talking about people like us. I'm talking about I don't even want to say the average Americans. I don't know where we are when it comes to where we are on a scale, but I will say a lot of Americans will just use that money and just throw it away. And I don't think that's necessarily that it may boost the economy a little bit.
Definitely. That's what
but
they
I don't
want.
think that's necessarily helping the people.
That's what they want.
And yeah, they don't care about the people. But see,
but here's the problem with that, G. The problem with that is you're saying that the people that need help can't help themselves, right?
Yeah,
so
actually,
now,
I am saying
that. So now it is the responsibility of corporations to help them, right? And if you put the right CEO in place, this could happen.
You gotta first.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. As a shareholder, I don't give a fuck about them people.
Exactly.
You have to bring me dividends.
And I'm glad Tony X lobbed that up for me. I'm glad he lobbed that up for me because what I was saying earlier, before I lost my train, or at least I wanted G to have his say, so I make sure that I know what he's trying to say. So, we already talked about my Sally Mae situation. My situation with Sally. And one of those degrees that I got was MPA. So we looked at this type of shit. And statistically speaking, when taxes are higher, corporations actually do better for their employees because it makes more sense to invest in the company than in trying to take the money out the company. Because if they take the money out the company, then they're gonna get hit by those taxes. So what you're actually saying, as far as like, taxes are concerned, like that. Typically speaking, the higher they are, the better it is on for the company because they actually invest in the company, and for employees because if you can't take it out, then what you're gonna do? I might as well hire another guy that helps so and so down a hall. Might as well give old boy that bump in his salary. He's been solid and loyal for years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about as far as like where the Republicans went with it. Like we're gonna put money back in the companies as far as lowering the tax rate, because study after study shows that when taxes go down, that's when the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. But when taxes are higher, that's when more of the revenues and more opportunities are there for more Americans. But that's just my my little bit of the soapbox.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. My scenario was I don't want to say living in a perfect world, but all I'm saying is that I just think that giving someone a job versus just giving them a pocket of money, I think would be better for them.
Yeah. Teach a man to fish, not give him a fish. Yeah, I get it.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I believe in that.
Person, yeah, that's the premise of my argument is give him a job. Don't just put money in his pocket.
Yeah, I mean,
he will learn other. He'll learn other things like he'll learn the job skills. He'll learn discipline. He has a job, so he has to get up in the morning. He'll learn a lot of other things besides just putting money in his pocket, where he'll just go spend it on some, a closet full of Jordans. So that's just my theory on it.
All right, well, back to anything else on that topic, Tony G?
Nah, man. Like I said, because we kind of had this conversation already. So.
With that said, up on the docket, NBA draft.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hey, about time it got a little light. About time the conversation got lighter, man. Shit.
Yeah, let's talk about the rich niggas. Come on.
Yes. With that said, on what was it, Tuesday night?
Yeah, I think so.
My motherfucking Pelicans. We came through again, baby.
6% chance.
Came through again. Them boys came through. Hey, AD, you can don't let the door hit you. Don't let that door hit you on the way out, AD. I love you, brother.
Man, he out.
We good. We good now. I have a reason to go to games now when I come home.
Tell the people what happened shit before we start talking.
What you mean? I just said it. What else happened?
You didn't.
Okay, why?
Go ahead. Well,
you didn't say why.
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm in
this
Seattle,
ain't a dictatorship, baby.
And I'm at my dumpling spot, Dante Fung, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm watching the screen, and it was like, well, the Pelicans got a 6% chance of getting the number one pick.
Yep.
So I ain't really worried about it. Lo and behold, we get the number one pick. I'm screaming in the restaurant. They looking at me like I'm crazy. So we got Zion coming.
You was embarrassing us in public, Tony? You were not embarrassing us in public.
I was embracing my culture in public, yeah. So we got Zion. So yeah, so what y'all think about that right there?
What you mean, as far as about getting Zion?
About getting Zion. Now you can open up the conversation. The people, you was like AD out. They ain't even know. They might not have known that we got Zion.
Well, we don't technically have him yet.
Can I say something? Let me say something about this.
Go ahead.
So the Pelicans had a 6% chance of getting the number one pick, right?
Yep.
The New York Knicks. So as I said in my intro, I live in New York now. So I am a New Yorker now. I mean, I live in New York, bro. I'm not going to Pelicans games. I'm going to the Knicks games.
I'm not going to many. Only when I come home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to the Knicks games, bro. You know I wanted Zion to come to New York. So
It is
New
what it
York,
is. If I was there, I still have on my Pelican hat though.
I don't know. I mean, I never wore the color.
I rep the crib.
Full disclosure for everybody listening to this call. Yeah, Gerard is from Louisiana, but he ain't even a Saints fan. He a Panthers fan.
He don't rep the crib other than just being from the crib.
Look, let me
outside of McKinley, he reps McKinley.
Oh yeah, but bro, if look, man, that's a whole nother conversation about the Panthers right now. But they pissed me off, man. They pissed me off, and I'm not even really a Panthers fan, bro. I have favorite players. So, like, my favorite player goes to another team. I'm rooting for. You know who I'm rooting for this year, actually, in the NFL?
Saints.
The Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens, bro.
Let's get back to this NBA. Let's get back to this NBA. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about that.
We'll talk about that. So, all of that, the New York Knicks had a 14% chance to get the top pick, right? Mm-hmm. And they tied with Cleveland and Phoenix for the best odds.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's almost a 1 in 7 chance of you getting the number one pick. That also means that it's 86%. I mean, that was 86% chance of not getting that pick. And that's exactly what happened, and they fell to number 3.
Well,
now, the New York Knicks,
the
New York Knicks have been atrocious for so long now.
Don't worry, man. Yeah. Durant's going to be there soon, so you have a reason to go see the Knicks.
They had only 4 playoff appearances in the past 15 years. And they have secured themselves as one of the worst teams in the NBA for a number of years now. Now, my only thing is with the NBA, I think the NBA fucked up with this whole lottery system that they have now, because the NBA is actually better when the big market teams are better. So when you have like the LA Lakers, like LeBron going to the Lakers was one of the best things for the NBA. Having Zion go to New York Knicks was better for the NBA. It would have been better for the NBA. It just would have been. It would have been better. It's a bigger market. It's a big. The NBA is built for big market teams.
Oh, okay. Stop. Okay, G, you say that, right?
Hmm.
The fucking Knicks ain't won a championship in like 46 years, right? Something like that. I was watching Stephen A. Hold on. In the last 10 years, what you think is the NBA been more profitable or less profitable than the 10 years before that?
They've been more profitable.
What big market role was the reason for that? Cleveland.
Like
what big market team was the reason for the rise in profitability of the NBA in the last 10 years?
I don't think it had anything to do with the big market teams as far as the rise of the NBA.
Then the NBA does not need big market teams to fucking thrive, because they are thriving. They need big names. They need box office.
They need interesting people.
Right. They don't give a shit about that Boston, Lakers, New York Knicks shit. That shit over.
No, it's not.
That's
bro,
what New York.
You don't have how many people out there can actually say they are New Orleans Pelicans fans?
Me, nigga.
I think that's 2.
Bro,
2 or 3 on this call.
Oh, because we represent all of the globe. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I get your point.
Thank you.
My point is this. The markets are not dictating sales. LeBron didn't have to go to fucking the Lakers for his jersey sales to rise, right?
Shit, he could have came to New Orleans.
He could have came. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that now. We're gonna have to talk about it, because I'm gonna tell you, I saw somewhere where it's like it's not out of the realm of him trading LeBron to get AD. Could you imagine LeBron and Zion? Same team? We play already.
LeBron don't like playing with youngsters.
I don't give a fuck what he like. At this point, he needs another ring.
I mean, he carries a big stick. He's not gonna go nowhere he don't want to go.
He does, and at this point, he don't have to.
If he gets traded, he goes somewhere he wants to go.
I'm pretty sure LeBron is making a shit ton of money in LA, but LA is a shit show.
I feel like the majority of the money he's making, he would have made whether he was in LA or stayed in Cleveland.
Well, the reason why he just increased, what he did was he diversified his revenue stream by moving to LA. Because now he's into, like, he has his show now. And he's probably going to start doing some more movies. So I think all that did was for him was diversify.
All that shit could have happened while he was in Cleveland.
Yeah, but it was. But the likelihood.
I don't know if he could have did. I don't know if he could have did all that executive producing from Cleveland.
Yeah, why not? All that really is money. He the money.
He may want to be hands on. LeBron seems to be very hands on.
But now you're talking about a different path. But I'm just saying, you still could be an executive producer. All that really is the money man.
Yeah, it's true, but he's actually involved in his production. That's the difference. So it's going to be harder for him. I think he can do it, but it will be like it's easier for him actually being in LA. And plus,
he could do it, and he could do it in New Orleans because we got that movie industry coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
We got Georgia fucking up. Georgia fucking up with their movie shit. So that them tax credits come through. We have a little something for them.
They're trying
to win the Super Bowl next year.
They're trying to cut that down, though, right? They're trying to take that away.
I know.
I'm just letting you know, baby. It could be gone. Matter of fact, it could be gone before the money's up, baby. This legislature is in session right now, baby.
Yeah, we'll find a way to fuck up with this thing.
Yeah, we will.
But anyway,
but all I'm saying, man, is I thought Zion going to the Knicks. What Zion wanted to go to the New York Knicks. He wanted to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would have been good for this market. He would have been good for New York. I think it would have been good for the NBA. I think Zion would have been happier. And
I don't know.
That's what it is, man.
So check it out. Check this out, though. Look. I'm not opposed to the Pelicans swapping picks. If they give us something else, you can have Zion. I'll take Murray, who's the boy from Murray State, or RJ Barrett.
Morant.
I'll take Morant. I'll take John Morant or RJ Barrett. Say fuck. I ain't tripping. I don't need Zion. I like him.
No, you don't need him, but I think he's gonna have the most immediate impact out of anybody coming out of the draft. I think he's the most NBA ready to me.
Most definitely he will.
Yeah. He's an exciting player, man. But this draft was fucked up because this was really not. I've been watching like the shows on the NBA draft. It's been a 3-person draft for the most part. It's Zion, Ja Morant, and RJ Barrett. And I'm really not that sold on RJ Barrett. I think he's a little bit overrated.
It may be a little bit, but he has all the attributes.
I think with Zion did that.
He has some fundamentals.
He has all the attributes.
I just don't think he's ready for the NBA yet, bro. I think he needs another year in college.
Well, dude, everybody can't be Zion, man. Can't be a fucking 6'7", 205.
But what I'm saying is, if he needs another year in college, let him have another year in college.
Look, man, if a man can make a buck, why would you stop him from making money?
Make the fucking buck.
No. From his perspective, no. Go to the league. I definitely agree with that. I'm just saying that as far as
player development perspective.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think he can get stifled really quickly.
But if you're talking about that, well, then the biggest thing would be to do exactly what baseball and football does, where once you go to college, you ain't getting out of there until your third year. If you really about
and that was Zion's growth. I think Zion is too good for college, to be honest with you.
If it's the baseball model, he would have had a chance to come out of high school. Although I don't know if he would have been drafted, but he would have had a chance to come out of high school.
Yeah,
because to be quite honest,
we needed to see him at the college level.
College blew his stock up because I think he was like the sixth rated prospect coming out last year.
Yeah,
so Barrett was the one that's supposed to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, but see, college showed that who was the better one.
Yeah, so that worked out for him. But I also heard that New Orleans may actually be a good fit for him because he's technically a small town kid. Going to New York may be too much for him.
Man, that boy. Look, LeBron was probably the last. Who was like the biggest draft
LeBron
pick before Zion? LeBron James, bro. Yeah. Zion is built for New York.
Well,
He's built for this market.
You still say
like LeBron came out and went to a big market.
I'm about to say LeBron still stayed in small market.
Cleveland. Went to Cleveland.
Bro, I think you're missing the point. LeBron stayed in his hometown. That's different.
That's not his hometown. His hometown is Akron.
Bro, it's Ohio. Akron
All right.
is right up the road. Akron is right up the road.
The point is this. You got LeBron James came out with like a $90 million contract from Nike. He got the world looking at him, and he had the advantage of going to a small market. You trying to take Zion, who is going to have the same shit, and throw him to the wolves of New York. Because the minute they not good, they coming down on that boy.
At the same time, I don't know why.
They going to come down on him in New Orleans.
I don't know why G.
Yeah, but it's less people.
I don't know why G is upset. Because G, you're going to get Kevin. He's the best player in the world.
Yeah. Who is Kevin? Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you're going to get Kevin Durant.
Oh, look, hey, at the end of the day, New York going to be good, bro. I already know they get.
Stop fucking being greedy then.
Yeah. let us have something. Let your homeboys, let your home peeps have something to go and watch.
First of all, let me tell you how the fuck them boys Pelicans had Anthony Davis, who is arguably a top 3 player in the NBA. Anthony Davis, what would you rank him in the NBA? Where would you rank
10.
him? Oh, he's definitely top 10.
Come on, man.
Top 5.
Come on, he's top 5.
See, the only reason why I can't give him top 5 because if you top 5, then you can lead your team to the playoffs on your own.
But that's my point. Is I don't think it's a player's problem in New Orleans. I think it's management.
Well, we got a new management now. We're under new management.
You had a top 5 player in AD. You have a pretty solid shooting guard in Drew.
That's just me.
Right? Who's your shooting guard? Drew?
Drew the point.
No, Drew's not the point.
Drew do run the point.
I think he does run the point.
I thought he was a shooting guard.
I mean, when your boy was there last year, he did run. When Rondo was there, he did run the 2 at times. But he's a point guard.
Rondo is a solid point guard. You couldn't even really develop him into what he needed to be.
Drew is solid.
Drew Holiday.
Drew
Holiday is solid. He handled KD as best you can handle KD. I was impressed with his defense.
New Orleans has a solid team, bro, of players. It's just I don't know.
But you're not making your point then, because if they have solid, he should be able to do it.
When Zion goes to New Orleans,
you know what I'm saying?
He's going to get stifled. He's going to get stifled.
How? How are you going to get stifled?
New Orleans, I don't think they have what it takes to develop a superstar. I don't think they have what it takes. I just don't. I'm sorry.
You think New York does? Hold on.
When Rondo was in Boston, he was a top point guard. What is he now? Nothing.
Well, he's
Drew
old
Holiday.
now, man. He's
Drew
old
Holiday
now,
is
bro.
actually better.
He old. Holiday. I mean,
Wait, Drew Holiday is actually better than what New Orleans is allowing him to be. I think you put Drew Holiday on the Lakers right now, they will become that much better. But New Orleans can develop him
because he's a true professional.
Hold on. How you gonna say that? How you gonna say that when you just said you basically said Rondo was better than Drew Holiday, right?
No, I'm not saying that.
So you saying
I'm not even comparing Rondo and Holiday.
All right,
I'm just saying that.
All right, cool. Let's not compare them. You said Drew Holiday would make the Lakers better. Right?
It would make them better. Yeah.
They fucking had Rondo and it was shit.
Yeah, but the Lakers are not ran well because they're so busy trying to develop Lonzo that they were like kind of going between Lonzo and your boy, and it didn't work out for them. They would just run bad, bro.
It'd still be a shit show.
Yeah, it's a shit show, but everybody knows it's a shit show for Los Angeles. Just like it's a shit show in New Orleans.
Well, again, we are under new management. David Guest.
First off, it ain't no shit show. We just don't like the Lakers. Apparently, the office of the Pelicans, the front office is beefing with the Lakers.
Yeah, well, the problem was how it happened. You know what I'm saying? Because AD's agent is Maverick. No, not Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick.
Rich Paul. And Rich Paul is LeBron's guy. So so essentially, I can see the office feeling like the Lakers are playing both sides on this. They got the agent, and y'all trying to, what I'm saying. So I can, and at the same time, fuck. I totally understood that, we can make the trade whenever, and why not make the trade whenever we can get the best, group of talent. And I'm gonna be honest with you, at the time, the best piece on the board was what Boston had.
Yes.
So I would
That's
wait.
what we should have took, right?
Well,
we
we could.
should've took
They
that
couldn't
shit.
make a trade because of Kyrie's contract. The way it was structured, they couldn't make a trade last year. They couldn't move no one.
Well,
So that's why they had to wait to the end of the year so Boston could make a trade.
Here's the fuck part about all this, right? And this is just my theory.
Mm-hmm.
Even if AD went to the Lakers and LeBron stayed, they ain't winning no fucking championship.
I don't know, man. If
LeBron
once KD
Man,
leave,
look.
once KD leave the Warriors, the balance of power
tell
is
you
gonna change.
Let me tell you something. LeBron should have never left the East. LeBron got a wake up call when he went to the West. Like this
Well,
shit,
I mean,
I ain't about to.
everyone needs to have a little adversity, and he getting a little adversity.
Man,
right
what
now.
are y'all talking about, bro? That wasn't no adversity. It was just he does not have. He went to a shit show team this year. This show was about rebuilding.
Hold the fuck on, dog. Hold the fuck on. Name me what goddamn Golden State team he ever had in Cleveland.
He never had one.
Exactly. He had a shit show in Cleveland. The best he had was Kyrie with a half-ass. What's the white boy? The shoot three.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love. I mean, that's all he had. So he's used to shit shows. The problem is he used to shit shows in the East because the East is weaker than the West. He took that shit show across the coast and it didn't work.
Well, I also think that LeBron, because he's getting older, I think he's trying to transition into a different type of player. So because he was such a powerful, dynamic player when he was younger, yeah, he can deal with what he dealt with in the past and still get to the finals with that first Cleveland team he was on. And I mean, that was probably the most shit show I've ever seen. And he still brought them to the final. But that was a young, vibrant, dynamic LeBron James. Now you have an older guy who's all of his interest is not even in basketball right now. Like, I think he's trying to put himself in a position where he really does need another superstar to help carry them to where they need to go.
He's gonna get one this year. He's gonna get one this summer.
Yeah, I don't. It's not.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna get one.
I think he is.
Kawhi ain't going there.
I think
I
think Butler gonna end up there.
Well,
man, I don't even.
That
know.
ain't enough. He needs more than Butler.
Think about
it,
man. Butler is very solid.
Butler is good. He is good.
And then the trade ain't off the books, man. I mean, they still can trade him over there. They still got young talent.
Who does LeBron need right now to win a championship? Who does he need?
If he got those two niggas, if he got Butler and then AD, that's a championship. That's a championship.
I would have said that if you said Kyrie and AD.
Yeah, I'm not throwing Butler, bro.
If you say Kyrie and AD,
I think Butler's solid, man.
No,
he is solid.
I think he's solid.
He's solid.
He's one of the best two-way players in the league.
Can he get you 20 points a game every game? Can he average 20 points a game?
Yes, he definitely do that.
You know what?
He definitely.
I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna have to agree with Ivy on this premise.
All right.
If you look at the 76ers, if Ben Simmons, which is equivalent to LeBron, fucking did anything, they would have washed that series.
Yeah, they would.
So yeah,
I agree.
I will. So I'm gonna have to agree with him. Yeah, LeBron, Butler, and AD. Yeah, because that's essentially Butler, Embiid, and Simmons. If fucking Simmons knew he was a superstar.
Well, if he could shoot the ball.
Yeah.
With my LSU Tiger.
Yeah, man. Fuck y'all teaching while he was there.
Man, he wasn't there to learn. He knew he just had to stop over for a year.
God damn, boy, he should have stopped and shot some fucking shots.
Yeah, that too.
Well, nonetheless, man, I'm excited for Zion, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a huge Zion fan. I can't wait to see him in the NBA. I hope he's everything people say they think he's gonna be.
I hope. Me too. I hope I hope he doesn't let the cuisine down in New Orleans go to his hips.
Look here, man. The Saints gonna win the Super Bowl, and the Pelicans gonna win a championship.
Nah,
that's what it is.
We're a few years away.
You know
from
what?
that.
The Saints have a really good chance at winning the Super Bowl next year.
We should have fucking won already. Don't get me started.
I forgot about that.
Let me stop that.
Are we done? Are we done? I thought we're not gonna do the NBA playoffs.
Okay, let's do the NBA
before
playoffs.
we jump into the NFL, you sure we don't want to go to the NBA playoffs real quick?
let's do the NBA playoffs real quick.
All right.
So I'm gonna let y'all talk because I don't really have stake in this bullshit.
Well, okay, whatever. So with that said, the Eastern Conference Championship consists of the Milwaukee Bucks and Toronto Raptors. If I'm not mistaken, the Bucks are up 2-0, right?
2-0.
Yep.
2-0.
And the same can be said for the Western Conference Finals, which consist of the Portland Trail Blazers, Tony's Pacific Northwest neighbors, and
That's right. Even though I'm rooting for the Golden State
and the Golden State Warriors. I guess we start over in the East. What's your take thus far, G?
Well, right now Milwaukee is up 2-0, and I think that they will still win one of the next two games in Toronto, and I think they'll close it out in Milwaukee. I think they'll end up winning the series 5-1.
4-1 in Game 5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
4-1. 4-1. So I just think this is their year. I think this is Milwaukee's year, man. I think they're going to get to the finals. I think they're even going to beat Golden State. But let me get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they will beat Toronto because I think it's too much responsibility on Kawhi Leonard. Given that I don't think he has the help that he needs.
Yeah, and you not to interrupt you, but we didn't even talk about Kawhi. Kawhi can end up in LA.
He ain't going to LA.
Although Kawhi,
He's from
actually,
LA.
I think he
but he didn't want to play with LeBron.
You sure about that?
he wants
LeBron's
to go to the
still meeting him though. He's still
I
having
think he
dinner
wants
with
to go to the
LeBron.
Clippers. I think he wants to go to the
Anyway,
Clippers.
back to what you were saying, G. I'm sorry for interrupting.
So I think that he has too much responsibility on his shoulders. I don't think Kawhi is built to carry a team on his own. I think that he's a great. He doesn't even have the personality to carry a team on his own. I think he has the talent, but it's not like he's a great shot. Outside in the perimeter, and his defense is superb. Obviously, he draws a lot of attention when he drives to the hole. But I just don't think that his game is built for him to be the lone superstar on the team, which is what he is now. I think
that's anybody. That's nobody.
Well, no, I think LeBron did it.
He can't do it right now.
I think for some reason, I don't know why I keep giving him so much credit, but I think Kevin Durant can't do it.
No,
but
not
his mind, something wrong with his mind. I don't know what it is, but he has the ability. But LeBron can do it. And now they're even trying to compare Kawhi to Kobe Bryant, which I heard
Jordan comparison.
Yeah, I was saying Jordan.
I don't see that. I don't see it.
So Kendrick Perkins made the statement of how he plays like Jordan, right? And when he made it, I was like, that's an outlandish statement. But ever since he made that statement, I started watching.
Yeah,
he does play like Jordan.
Yeah, he does. He mimics a lot. He has a lot of his strong suits. Really good defense. He's really good at creating his own space. He's really good at driving to the hole and doing that things of the nature, blah, blah, blah. And he has a good enough shot to where you have to actually respect him on the perimeter. His game does mirror Jordan's a lot. Right. But so one thing he's missing is that he doesn't have the personality.
No,
he doesn't have that.
You don't need it.
No,
yes, he don't need it.
Oh, to be
he don't need it. He don't need it off the court.
He does need it.
To be a mega superstar, yes. But on that court, he has the personality, right? The thing he's missing on that court with Toronto Raptors, he don't have a Scottie Pippen.
Well, that was my other.
Everybody else on that shit is trash except for Siakam, and he just came around. He was trash before.
Well, he's not most important.
Who is his name? Lowry? Lowry? Is that his name?
Lowry is trash.
That boy, man.
I don't know what happened.
He's solid.
Ever since I'm telling you, his heart got hurt when they traded the Rosen.
He's 18-8. He 18-8. He gonna give you 18-8. That's good.
Man, let me say something. Lowry is not trash.
No,
Lowry is not
he good.
Trash.
He's solid.
He's a solid.
All right, hold on. Does Lowry of last year and Lowry of this year, do it look like the same person?
I mean, he's actually solid. Yeah, I feel like he's actually performing better this year.
Yeah,
really. I don't know, man. I've been looking at in his playoffs. He looked horrible.
I mean, he
Why do you
actually
say that?
like game one, he was like the only one that had a good game.
Yeah. Lowry's a solid
He's
point
solid,
guard,
and
bro.
then had a solid game in game two. They just didn't win.
And what's crazy is he's always been a solid point
Maybe
guard.
I just don't like him.
Yeah, probably. Like
Because
I will
every time
say,
I see him, I'm like, why you threw that trash?
I will say,
gonna
it
go.
seemed like over the last few years, like the last couple of years when they went against Cleveland, it seemed like they cowered against them, and I ain't like that.
Right.
They didn't show up against LeBron and them, but I mean he's solid. Every other team against he play, they play against. He's solid.
Okay.
He's an all star.
He
is an all star. Put it like that.
I don't give a fuck about that.
I mean, but that means
I
something.
don't know if you saw the news. They were saying that he may go down in the. I think Eric Bledsoe. I don't know if he was jokingly saying that, but they said that he will go down in the Hall of Fame, and I was like, hell no.
Wait, Lowry will?
That's what Eric Bledsoe said. He eventually he will be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that.
I mean, bro, if you have a consistent 10, 12-year career and you retire with like a 20-8 average, you probably will.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's definitely right around.
A lot of guys actually go into the Hall of Fame that we don't know about.
Yeah, he's definitely around there.
Right.
But I guess my take on the series is I feel like Game 4 is going to tell me what's going to happen. I think Toronto's going to take Game 3, and then Game 4 is going to tell me whether or not it's going to be a series or not. I still think Bucks in 6, but that's going to tell me. I just feel like Toronto's tough at home. I think they're going to get 2.
Fuck it, I'm taking a sweep.
You know what? I'm actually not against that, bro.
It could happen.
I can see a sweep.
It could happen. I just feel like they're gonna show up at home, but we'll see.
Now, Milwaukee will win the East, and I do think, and we know they're going to play Golden State, right? And I think that they will beat Golden State because of their length, because of just Giannis is playing at the level he's playing at. He's too hungry this year. It's like he just went into another level, and I just think that.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. You're getting ahead of yourself. Now let's go to the West. Let's go to the West.
So Golden State is up 2-0 against Portland. I think obviously Golden State is going to win again because for one, they're playing without KD right now, and they're playing with the old Golden State. They're playing Golden State basketball right now, and they look good, man. They play South. Look, man, when I watch Golden State, you are watching beautiful basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful, man. You know it's going to execute at a high level. That they move the ball so fluidly, and someone is always open because of how they move around on the court. And I don't know if that's
movement.
I don't know if that's Steve Kerr that's doing that. I don't know if they just have high basketball IQ or it's just the synergy on the team. But I just they're playing like Golden State. I actually think Kevin Durant makes them a little bit worse than what they actually are. But because he's so good that it doesn't really matter.
Well, I mean, the whole point in getting Kevin Durant was to combat LeBron in the finals.
Exactly. See, LeBron is playing
that was the whole
they're
point.
the Avengers, right?
Because like Golden State knew like the only way they're gonna beat us is the only way we can eliminate the possibility of them beating us is having arguably the best player on our team as well. We are already a 70+ win team.
Have all Madden team.
Yeah, we're a 70+ win team, but we always in a fight with these motherfuckers over there in Cleveland.
Because not only that, but when they were when they went 73-9, when they beat Cleveland that year, or what 72
Cleveland beat them that year. Cleveland beat them that year.
Yeah, when Cleveland beat them, Cleveland was down 2 of their All-Stars when Golden State beat them.
Yep.
So you can almost put an asterisk next to that win.
You can almost put a whole asterisk on that whole season because that whole playoff run, because they also every round the team they played were down their best players. Like I think when they played the Clippers in the second round that year, Chris Paul was already down, And then in the finals that year, that's when Kawhi, who was busting their ass, they were up 20, and then he rolled his ankle, and then he was out the rest of the season.
Right, yep.
And then they got to the finals and played the Cavs, and then they were already down Love, and then Kyrie went down, I think, game 1. So, yeah,
and
it just worked out. It was like everything that could be on their side happened for them that year.
And not to mention last year when they played the Rockets, the Rockets didn't have Chris Paul. Remember Game 7?
Yep.
And the Rockets had the most historically worst three-point shooting percentage.
I think he didn't play Game 6 or 7.
Right. And not to mention, but in Game 7, the Rockets had the worst shooting percentage in the history of a playoff game, and they still only lost by like less than 10 points.
But they lost.
Yeah.
They lost, but they played that bad and still only lost by 10 points. Imagine if they only hit like 3 or 4 of those threes that they historically hit, because they were a very good 3-point shooting team last year.
Yeah,
it's almost like Golden State every time they won, it's just something crazy that they just went into their favor for some reason.
Let me tell you something. It's hard as shit to three-peat. Even people is about to three-peat. That is not luck. That's system.
Well, you have the best player. You have the best player in the game.
You got three of the best shooters in the history of basketball on the same team.
First off, I'm not a KD fan. What I am is I like Steph. Let me say something. Steph is a monster.
Yeah.
And Clay is a killer. Okay? Yeah. All right. Like, KD made him better just because he a good player, but he fucked up their system. Like,
but individually, you mean to tell me Steph and Clay are better than KD individually?
No.
Are they better than KD?
He ain't that wild.
So hold on. I'm not going to be but hold on. What makes him the best player though?
He's the best player. He can do everything.
You talking about talent? He can do everything.
He is the best player in basketball.
I think KD is the most talented player on that team. I think Steph is the best player on that goddamn team.
We need to define what best is.
So what I'm saying, best is to me. Like I said, I think KD is the most talented. I think KD can play every position. I think KD is the most talented. He can play every position on that team. Mm-hmm. I think Clay is the best player. Not Clay. Steph is the best player on that team because from his position, he can get his score off anytime he wants, and he can bring other people into the game better than KD. That's it.
So he's a better leader.
He's a better player on that team.
Why you say
he's a better team player?
He can get his own shot. That's what you say. He get his own shot.
He can get his own shot anytime he wants.
What are you talking about, bro? Because this nigga KD is 7 feet tall. No one can jump with him.
I did not say. I just said KD is the most talented player on that team. I didn't say KD can't get his own shot.
One of your arguments is that your boy Steph can get a shot whenever he wants.
That's comparative. I'm just saying he can get his own shot
too. Well, he's 7 feet tall.
I know. I'm not. That's all right. I'm not saying KD can't. So let me take that out. What I'm saying is, in a team structure, Steph is better than KD at facilitating that team.
All right. Well, perhaps. I
give you that. Okay.
Yeah, perhaps.
So if they both, here's my thing: if they both can get their own shot off, and he is better at facilitating that goddamn team, he's a better player for that team.
All right, and see now you're couching it now for the team.
Right.
Now you remember that.
Okay.
The better player for the team. I can give you that. But the best player is KD.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah. All right. Fine.
But anyway,
best individual player is KD.
My take on the series is I think the next 2 games are gonna make this series or not. I think I feel like Portland's gonna take it tonight, and then Game 4 is gonna be huge. I really want to see the Trailblazers beat these fools. But
you have no idea, bro.
But
me too.
I think if KD comes back in this series where they don't believe he is, but if he does and they play Game 6, I think that's gonna be the one when they send him home. So I'm going Golden State in 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to go with Golden State in this one, man. I don't think Portland has the firepower to combat Golden State, and I think they seem like this is.
Portland
I
disagree with you on
that.
CJ played on point.
Yes, That's what I'm about to say.
They have the firepower.
Yeah, like right now without Kevin Durant, they do. They can beat them. I mean, they were in it. They should have won last night. They should have won Thursday night. That was their game. They lost.
But that was my point. Is but they didn't win, and why didn't they win? They were mentally stifled.
Exactly.
Steph and Clay.
Exactly. Look, you gotta at the same time, you gotta take into account that them boys on Golden State been doing this the last 5 years. They've been in this position before. This is the first time for these boys.
Something. Golden State did not beat Portland that last game. Portland beat Portland that last game.
Yeah, they did. That's why. Like I said, I expect them to win tonight, and then Game 4. Game 4. This is the first game at home, so they're gonna get a lot out of the crowd. And then, as with anything, role players play better at home. I feel like they're gonna take Game 3.
They better take it, but I mean,
Warriors in 5.
Yeah, I get Warriors in 5, man. But anyway, yep. So now we have the East. Now we have the West. So now, what about the finals?
I'm just gonna go Bucks just because I want to see them crash and burn.
Damn. God damn.
I want to see them crash and burn. I'm tired of these fuckers.
Wait.
I ain't never seen this many Golden State memorabilia in my life. I'm like, where the fuck you niggas come from? Like, for real. Where the fuck are you Golden State fans come from? So, yeah, I just want to see them lose.
And you think
like
Milwaukee
everybody's a Cowboys fan. I don't know why.
You think Milwaukee got it like that?
Yes, I think they do.
Giannis is a freak, man. He's a unique player, bro. And they do have a deep team.
He is.
You know,
so
I think
this is another strength.
I think he can be the one that actually does like make things tough on KD.
Oh yeah, because defensively he can slow KD down a lot defensively. And offensively, he's a monster offensively.
And whether you like, the best player for the team is always the defensive liability on that team.
But let me raise 2 more points about Milwaukee. Another point of this why I think they'll be Golden State is because I think Eric Bledsoe can actually slow Steph Curry down enough for them to actually do some damage.
I feel like
Bledsoe.
I feel like Bledsoe gonna be able to go at Steph because Steph can't stop no one, man.
Steph has no defense. That's just terrible.
Yeah,
he look like Harden out there in the street.
So, but that,
But
all right.
So let me get it straight. So you slow down KD, you slow down fucking Steph. Who's shutting Clay down?
Someone's got to score. But at the same time, Clay hasn't had the best playoff run.
I think Eric Bledsoe can slow down Steph Curry enough he won't be that much of a factor.
I just think as long as there's a competent guy going at Steph that makes him, work on defense, then, those shots aren't going to always fall as easy as if, say, for instance, they can hide them and he stay fresh.
So now you have KD and Giannis. They're going to pretty much,
they're gonna cancel each other out. But the thing about it is,
they'll cancel each other out.
The thing about it is,
what's next? Now, what everybody's sleeping on is dude Middleton.
Mm-hmm.
Middleton is gonna be Middleton and Klay Thompson checking each other, and that game is very similar. And Middleton is actually an all-star, so I think that he's going to be able to neutralize Klay Thompson enough. This is going to be a very good final.
You think he's gonna neutralize him from the perimeter?
Oh yeah,
well,
Middleton is that good,
man,
bro.
I mean, Clay hasn't had the best playoff. It's not like he's killing, but still, he's not. So you were expecting business as usual Clay. Whereas he hasn't been business as usual for most of the playoffs.
Okay, I give you that.
But at the same time,
up until the time,
I think what a lot of people also aren't aware of is, Milwaukee's a deep team. Whereas
I didn't know they was that deep.
I didn't know they
was that
deep.
deep.
Used to be like that. So they can run a lot of bodies at him.
Yeah. Be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, their bench can easily be another team's starting five.
Honestly, I just want a good series.
Oh, it's going to be a good series.
Just give me a good
to me,
series.
honestly, a good series is just Milwaukee just needs to win, bro.
That's a good series.
I want to see him
That's
crash
a good
it,
series.
bro.
That's a good series for everybody that don't want Golden State to win no more.
Bro, Golden State is like the Patriots of the NBA, and I'm tired of them, man. I'm just tired of them, man. And see, I have no vested interest in the Golden State. I don't know why everyone is so Golden State all of a sudden. Like, bro, you didn't even know what state Golden State was in before, before Steph Curry and this whole team blew up, right? Like, nobody even knew about Golden State.
Where the fuck all these fans come from?
Yeah, like now you all Golden State fans. Like, what state are they in? They probably couldn't even tell you. You know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually stopped liking Golden State when Kevin Durant went over there, and it's only because I don't like teams that got comp. Like that's whack. Like ain't nobody about to beat them.
That's a whole other topic of KD. I put an asterisk on all of his titles. Like he has no respect for me, bro. None whatsoever. And Golden State actually let him come. Like, bro, y'all were 73 and 9.
That's the thing.
You just beat the best player in the NBA. You're gonna go to the finals again, and yet you still go and get KD. You still let him come. So KD,
why would you not? Why would you not,
bro? That's just like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to do?
I am trying to demolish everybody in the league. I don't want no good game.
You know,
I want to blow everybody out.
The commissioner allowed for that to happen. That's why I'm really mad.
Right. You know,
but they didn't let Chris Paul. They didn't let Chris Paul go to the Lakers.
Right.
They didn't let
Chris Paul pissed.
They didn't let Chris Paul go to the Lakers.
That was different. That was a trade. That was going to be a trade.
But still, man. But if a team, that he can still
Chris Paul have a ring right now if they let him go.
They should not have allowed that to happen, man.
What you gonna do, man? I mean, he signed.
You cannot. That's why they paid him all that money. Yeah. You cannot allow for that to happen. That's what you can do.
I mean, you can't really stop people from going where they want to go, especially if the money's there.
Well, obviously they can, because they've done it before.
No, what you're talking about is trades. What happened with KD? KD was a free agent. He could sign with whoever he want to sign with.
That's true. I understand that. And really the only problem is that none of them are like money hungry. So they're not like they didn't seek the max contract. They actually want championship rings. So Golden State had the cap to sign all of these players. And so it's like it worked out for them because these players are willing to take pay cuts.
All them players about to go.
Yeah, no
well,
more.
I mean, Klay Thompson.
That's why Kevin got
it's like, bro. Well, yeah, KD, bro. You know you deserve it, man. You're the best player in the league now. Like, you need to be on a max contract. Klay Thompson.
I need my money.
Klay Thompson deserves a max contract. If Curry has his max, he's good.
You're saying Klay may go to the Lakers.
I know.
His father
may go to the Clippers.
His father works for the Lakers.
I mean, I would love to see that happen. That would be perfect for LeBron. That would be perfect.
Yeah, he needs shooters.
He do. I can't think of a better option for LeBron, to be honest with you. I mean, you bring AD and Klay Thompson? Shit. Now that's the ring.
Yeah, that'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, and you know KD's leaving Golden State. I can definitely see him in New York.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
With that said, I guess for all intents and purposes, what you're saying is, if you had to put a number on the series between the Bucks and our fantasy series at this point, the Bucks and the Warriors, where would you go? Who in what?
I'm gonna go the Bucks in 6 games.
I'm gonna follow you up on that one. Bucks and 6.
Warriors in 7.
This nigga didn't want to talk about nothing, but he gives you numbers though.
Right.
He gives you fucking numbers. Though. He's like,
I don't talk about shit.
Sweet.
Warriors in 7. I'm out.
Sweet. Yeah, that was up.
And the reason for that is also because the Bucks have a solid backup point guard too, and I forget his name, George Hill. He's a solid point guard too. Like
solid.
I think he can. With him and Eric Bledsoe coming in and out like that, man, it's just they're a different beast, man. Portland can beat Golden State. They just don't have the mental power to beat Golden State.
Like I told you, it's all about experience right now.
Yep.
I think that, like I said, 5 years of being in the finals. I mean, still sharp and still. And right now, this is their first run at it. But anyway.
Yeah. So what about Milwaukee then? If that's the case.
I mean, sometimes when you get that, sometimes when you're standing on that railroad track, the train just gonna come, baby. And ain't nothing you can do about it.
Get rolled over.
Exactly.
With
that said, I guess the last topic is there. I guess you wanted to dive a little bit into the NFL, Tony. Is that right?
Oh man, we can, man. I'm just put it out there. The Saints gonna win the Super Bowl. That's I mean, I don't know if it's a topic. It's like fuck. We win the Super Bowl.
What you thought about the draft?
Honestly, I thought the draft was boring as fuck. I thought the draft was boring as fuck. I thought Arizona is a shit show. I mean, good for Kyler Murray or whatever, but I mean, I don't even know what we doing with these quarterbacks no more. Like, I remember when it was very beneficial to draft a quarterback and sit him behind somebody so he could understand the game. Now you're taking these little motherfuckers right out of college, putting them right on the field, fucking them up, and they never reach their true potential.
I guess it depends. Like, if it's a situation where when he comes there, he's automatically the best player, fine. But if it's a situation where there's a veteran who has experience, I totally understand that. Because, like, I guess...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Joe, I don't care if you are the best player. As a quarterback, everybody ain't Baker Mayfield, right?
But I'm just saying, sometimes, if, I say, for instance, you draft a guy 1, 2, or 3, he come in and he wins the job. Okay. But if it's one of those things where you're basically projecting in a couple years he's going to be the better guy and you give him the job, yeah, I agree with you on that then. Like, you should let the guy sit, learn, get a feel of the game, and then when it's his turn, as soon as you can put him in there, even if it's at the towards the end of the year, fine. But I definitely believe more about having veterans.
But it's like they scared. Teams are scared because you spent the number 1 pick. You spent your first round pick on a quarterback. You obligated to start him. No. He's your best chance at winning. Like that's a detriment to that kid.
I think it had more to do with so many young quarterbacks coming in and doing well, and so now
I was just about to say that.
In order for them to feel like, my guy can be just as good, he has to play now. If he didn't play now, then he's not.
Let's explore that a little bit. Let's explore that. Who really came out and did really that well? Carson Wentz.
Can I answer that?
Yes, please.
So I think personally, because y'all know I'm a Cam Newton fan. Go Panthers. Cam Newton came out of college, and everybody was like, I don't even think he'll do that well in college. Personally, I thought they were just racist. But I'm the militant. Well, I thought they were racist when they said that. He was obviously the best quarterback in college ball at that time. Came in the NFL and broke records. Had a great and he had a great season for the most part every season. He's been one of the better quarterbacks in the league pretty much every season. So, but he had a great. So I think he set a standard as someone coming in and just have an immediate impact.
I think it go back before then.
You have let's take a Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield comes in and everyone said things like, I don't know, he's too short, blah, blah, blah. He comes in and then he goes to the Cleveland Browns. And he comes in and everyone's like, wow, he's actually a pretty good quarterback. I'm glad we played him.
So hold on, G. Now, Cam Newton, let's talk Cam Newton first.
Okay.
I'm a Saints fan, so blah, blah, I just don't like the Panthers. No, but I can appreciate Cam Newton. And here's what I'm going to say about Cam Newton. Cam Newton might be the most dominant force in football if he was trained the right way.
When healthy.
Here's my problem with Cam. I personally think Cam should have sat behind a very good quarterback for at least a year. If that would have happened,
but I will say he did.
He
break
would be
records.
fucking unstoppable.
He did break rookie records.
He came out and he was looking like the LeBron of the NFL. Like he's a man child.
He
above
broke NFL
everybody
rookie record. So I mean,
I get it. So I agree with you. Cam was one of those ones that shine. But even Cam, in his shine, I feel like he should have sat.
I think it still goes back further than that, though. I mean, I think Matt Ryan was kind of the same.
Matt Ryan is fucking trash.
I mean, but he was solid from the time he sat. He's been solid. Trash. He's been a solid quarterback since he got in the league.
How is he trash? This motherfucker done had the best wide receiving core, like probably all his goddamn.
I'm not
career.
saying he's great. I'm just saying he produced though. He put up good numbers. Yeah. He was a legit professional quarterback. And when they drafted him,
did you draft a quarterback for stats or for ring?
Well, you got to put up stats to win.
Yeah, I think he did for both.
You got to be able to do both.
He don't win.
Hey, look, man. He made it to a Super Bowl. We know why he's winning, so we don't need to argue that point.
He did. Yeah,
but
he won a Super Bowl if it ended in 3
and he was an MVP. He did win an MVP. So he's a good quarterback, bro. Now, will he ever win a Super Bowl? I don't think he will.
Matt Ryan is trash.
Yeah, but he's not trash. He's not trash.
I don't think he's as good as they try to make him out to be, but I wouldn't say he's trash. I put like this.
I say the man is trash because you put some other regular ass quarterback and tell him you're going to be throwing to Julio Jones, Roddy Wright when he was still in his prime, or what's the new boy? I forget his name, from Alabama.
Yeah. Damn.
And, oh, by the way, I'm going to keep you with a decent running back.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. You trash. You trash.
So you're saying if any other quarterback had that receiving core and that running back, that they would have done a lot better?
I'm not saying any other, but I'm saying what's the redhead boy from the Bengals?
Dalton.
Dalton. I put them on the same level.
That's about right.
I think Andy would have did better.
Probably.
I say that's about right.
Motherfucker's trash.
I don't know what you know what I'm saying. Like, he's a solid quarterback, man. He got the stats. And if you're gonna and again, you just brought him up. He did the exact same thing. When they drafted him, and they drafted him in the second round, he started the first game.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Again. Now maybe he's trash. Maybe Matt Ryan is trash because he didn't fit.
Same thing with the boy in Detroit. The boy in Detroit,
he drafted
him.
He's a really good example.
You know what I'm saying? The boy in Detroit. Yeah, Stafford.
Yep.
Yeah. I think all of them should sit.
And
I'm
so,
not saying,
but the problem,
it's not all their fault they trash,
but at the same time, all those boys put up decent numbers that make them, you know what I'm saying, that they're quality quarterbacks. And what was the thing that all of them did? They started day one. So now every time they draft one, for all intents and purposes, then I gotta, especially in the first round, I gotta play him. And if he don't, then something's got to be wrong.
Okay, so Grant, if your goal is to get to the first round of the playoffs, then cool. Draft them motherfucking play.
Yeah, but the problem is the NFL is kind of like the stock market. Is stockholders want to see some gains, and they want to see it now. And ticket sales are a barometer for a lot of things for NFL owners and whatnot. So, if you got a stifle quarterback on your team and you know that ticket sales are going down, the best way to pick those back up is draft a new quarterback, and especially a young, vibrant quarterback at that. And
which tells me it ain't about winning championships. You trying to get the attention of your fan base.
Well, it is a business.
We're gonna win a couple of games.
It is a business. Remember that.
So y'all can come to a couple of more games.
It is a business.
Cool. Yeah, but I will say that back to the Saints. I think the Saints have a really, really good chance of winning the Super Bowl next year. Are they even like?
They're scary.
I know that they do statistics on like who has the best percentage to win.
So here's my theory on the Saints.
I'm scared.
It's not going to be no gray area. We either going to win
Or we
Super
gonna
Bowl,
be trash.
or we ain't even making the playoffs.
Exactly. We're gonna be trash. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm scared.
And it's gonna be
'cause I'm
all
like,
emotion. It's all emotion.
it's either we're gonna continue rolling or we're gonna fall completely off the table.
Oh, you're right. That's exactly how it's gonna be.
Well, I think the Saints messed up when they got rid of that running back. You guys.
Oh
had,
no, not at all. Mark Ingram.
I mean,
No.
So as far as a locker room guy, I would agree, but as far as like production on the field, I think who we got, we can get a lot of that from.
No. See, that 1-2 punch you had with him and the other guy was the best thing for the Saints.
Like I said, locker room.
That's a scheme thing. That's
Locker
a scheme thing.
That's what made the other guy so good.
But we still have that.
No. Now he's the only running back.
No,
No,
they
he's
got
not.
Murray.
We got Latavius Murray.
Yeah, they got Murray. Murray's good. Murray is very
Okay.
solid.
Here's the thing.
They just swapped him out.
We got Latavius Murray, and in my opinion, Latavius Murray has much better vision than Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
So now you're talking about more yards per cat. Like I like.
I'm more worried about the offensive line than the running back position
Why?
because we lost
Because
our
our center
center.
is new,
Yeah, we lost our center.
and he a rookie. So
Yeah. And well, there's no guarantee that he's going to get it, but I'm more interested in seeing how that lineup is going to work. Now,
I got to be honest, man.
Max
I
Unger is
just
gone.
hope Drew Brees. I hope Drew Brees don't start falling off. That's all. That's what I'm concerned about.
his little arm is starting to catch up.
yeah, that don't start now. I was at the end of last season. I was like,
That's why I wanted it
man,
last year.
Drew got to be hurt.
That's why I was like, we gotta have it last year because I was like, it's not gonna get much better than this.
That last game against the Rams, he couldn't throw the ball past 30 yards.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I was like, he's got to be hurt. He got to be hurt.
I think it's just age, bro. I think it's just
it's
he could
time.
be hurt.
He never had
A
a
lot
strong
of players play through injuries and they don't say anything.
True.
So we know that. But how old is Drew Brees now?
40.
38, 39.
40.
Yeah, and
40?
the,
He's gonna be 40. He's
Yeah.
turning 40 this year.
and the problem with him is not the fact that he's 40, it's the fact that he's 40 and he's so short. And like you take someone like what's the dude
Matter
for the
of
Panthers?
fact,
I forgot
let
his
me
name.
think about it. Yeah, he may be over 40, dude. Because he came out in 98.
Yeah.
Nah, I think he's 40 because he ain't that old. I think he might be making 40. That motherfucker ain't that old.
Well, who's the oldest quarterback in the league right now?
Ain't that Brady?
Yeah, Brady. Yeah.
Ain't Brady old as
Yeah,
fuck?
but-
Brady, and
Okay,
it
but-
may be there may be a backup somewhere that's still
Yeah,
doing
Vinny
it.
Testaverde might
But
be
Brady-
throwing for somebody.
Yeah, but Brady definitely.
Did you just say Vinny Testaverde, bro?
Yeah, man, you don't know. His old ass might be throwing for somebody. Shit.
God, bro. Is he? Oh my God. But anyway, I think for Drew Brees, he's not Tom Brady as far as height, his durability, and whatnot. So it's not the fact that he's 40; it's the fact that he's 40 and he's light.
He's been
and
very
he's short.
durable. Let's be frank. He's been very durable. He hasn't missed a game for us. That's over 10 years now.
Well, I think he's the key.
I mean, he's
Obviously,
very
he's a
durable.
quarterback,
But I give you that as far as being smaller frame. I would definitely give you that. Like,
Yeah,
would
he's a
definitely-
smaller
it'd be-
40-year-old.
It'd be better if he was more like 6'2", 6'3".
Exactly.
Drew?
Yeah. As far as like
Talking about Drew
sustainability,
size, like
physical
he ain't
state.
first ballot.
No, I'm talking about as far as physical sustainability. Like it's harder for a guy 6 feet and under to withstand all this, pounding. It's a little easier for a
teams are drafting like defensive linemen are getting younger and younger. They're smaller, they're quicker, and it's just they're rotating in these younger guys all the time, like an Aaron McDonald. I just find it hard for an old quarterback to deal with something like that. Especially now that, like you said,
I would
he
agree.
has a.
I would agree. Older. I'm not buying the whole because you old and you tall. You can sustain a hit better than an old young
Well,
person.
but when you're taller, you can see more of the field, and you can actually get rid of the ball quicker because you have better vision.
Bigger guys,
That's why
bigger guys are.
You don't get hit that much.
True.
That's because he had a good line, but like you said, he doesn't have the same line.
We'll see.
But I say all that to say this: at the end of the day, I still think they should win the Super Bowl.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
I want to get one more for Drew.
I can't. If Tom Brady wins another Super Bowl, bro,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing as Golden State. Nobody wants to see the Patriots in the fucking Super Bowl no more. That shit is boring.
And what's crazy is if you put Tom Brady on any other team, I don't think he's that good. I really don't think he'll be that good. I just think that system is so polished.
I mean,
I think so.
System
On
works.
that, I think.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I think we have enough stats to say that is just a marriage that works.
Yeah.
Because Belichick, we can't say that Belichick can go somewhere else and replicate that because he's been other places and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Right. I think the marrying of those two.
I mean, the fact of the matter, most players are system players, dude. Like, and whether you great or not, and it's all about the place and the fit that you're at.
Right.
And he just happened to go to the right place that now sudden, it was such a good fit for him that he's arguably the best of all time now.
Mm-hmm.
And he went in the 6th round.
Even if he's not actually the greatest of all time.
But I mean, at this point, I can't. I used to hate, and I'd be like, "Nah, Joe Montana is always going to be my greatest quarterback of all time." But at this point, it's hard.
Hate now.
It's hard now.
Oh, you can't hate. No,
yeah.
Tom Brady's the best, bro.
Like I said,
and
it's hard to
I
do
don't
it
like
now.
Tom Brady. I don't like Tom Brady, but I cannot deny his greatness. And that last Super Bowl, even though he wasn't even that great in the last Super Bowl, the brother, how many rings does he have? 5 or 6?
I think he got 6 now, right?
I think he got 6. Yeah.
The brother has 6 Super Bowls
and lost 2, so he been 8.
Lost 2, and he won
Eli.
And he won one at 40 years old, man. I can't deny that, man. And he doesn't have any superstar players on his team.
Never did.
And won without superstar players.
Yeah.
That's what made him so great.
When you give them superstar players, they don't win.
Right, because he had Randy White,
Moss.
Randy Moss. I'm sorry, Randy Moss.
Didn't he have Ocho Cinco?
That didn't work though. That didn't work.
Right, but that shows you that
Randy Moss.
They
worked.
have a great system. This is the system that they have there.
Yeah, the system works.
Yeah, actually they're just like Golden State. I don't think Golden State KD just so happens to fit into that system because whatever, but.
I don't think KD fits into that system.
I don't think that
system is
such
built
a talent.
for a superstar.
I think he's just such a force.
That's exactly what I was just talking about. See, that's exactly what I was just talking about being system players. Most players are system players, and then there's a few that would just be good wherever, and that's KD in that sense. Like he don't necessarily fit, but he will be great in that system too.
All right. So let me ask you this question because I'm about to shift for a minute before we wrap, right?
Yeah.
Since we got back on KD. If KD now was playing on that OKC team with Westbrook and Harden, they win?
Well, I mean, shit.
Wait. You saying KD now?
KD now. Yeah.
Oh, so put him back on the team he was on. But
like what he knows, he knows now and how he
Chris
plays
Paul,
now.
No PG, Paul George?
No PG.
Okay.
You still got Scott Brooks, whack-ass coaching.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Is James Harden who he is today, or is he the same back then?
Nah, I ain't gonna give. No, don't sleep on James Harden now. Now he ain't what he's better than he was. But James Harden was a monster. Yeah. He came off of that bench and was a monster.
And the funny thing about it is, it was $4 million.
No.
He left over $4 million.
He's what he is now. I'm talking about what he was then. Because if we say now, they gotta win. You put James, KD, and Westbrook on one team the way they are now. Of the three of them, Westbrook probably the only one that probably is not better than he was.
Probably.
And I can't say that.
I'd probably give you that. This year.
I guess.
Speaking on this year, yeah, I'll give you that. This is probably his weakest triple-double year.
Yeah, right. Like...
Yeah, I would give him the championship. I would give OKC the championship.
Yeah, I mean they were up 3-1. That's why That's what made that move so like, dude, come the fuck on. Y'all can beat
Like,
them.
what are y'all doing? Pay the fucking money, right?
It wasn't even that. He wanted to leave. They could have paid him. They wanted to pay him. He wanted to go to the state.
No, I'm talking about not KD. I'm talking about Harden.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it was $4 million too.
Right. Like, y'all got the team to win. Fucking just pay and keep the man.
But,
they got rid of Harden and everything else just.
well, with that said, fellas, y'all have anything else on your mind?
Oh man, this has been a beautiful experience, Joe. I appreciate you having me on. You know,
what you boys got up going on tonight, man? G?
Man,
honestly, man, I'm watching the game tonight, bro.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna do that. I mean, I may go hang out a little bit tonight, man. But you know, when I'm at, there's always something going on. So, and I'm pretty spontaneous these days. So we'll see.
Hey.
But right now, man, I'm actually gonna try to finish up some things and probably watch this game a little bit later.
Gotcha.
And
T?
see what's going on.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm doing a 3-day cleanse, and I just don't trust myself.
So you gonna go take a shit? You can be sitting all day.
I'm gonna be at home. You know,
taking a shit.
You can't be too far from the toilet when you doing these type things.
Baby, I understand. I did a 7-day.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I might stretch it to 7. I'm gonna see how I feel at 3.
Yeah. I did a 7-day. That was crazy.
Joe, how did you feel after the 7 days? Like, how did you feel?
I don't know, man. I mean, I felt lighter. But
did you actually lose any weight?
I didn't weigh myself. It was just more or less I hadn't done a cleanse in a while, and I was like, hey, let's just do. You know, I was kind of feeling funny anyway. Like I just been froggy and shit. So I was like, let's try this cleanse shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess I do feel a little better. So I may actually try to do it again sometime in August.
Yeah. I think I may try it too.
But
so you know, health as well.
With that said, I'll probably just be chilling around the crib. I may jump on a bike for a little while. It's a beautiful day. And go catch me a couple happy hours. But,
I think you got to go catch a couple of
Hey.
All right, man. All right, I hear you, G. You got jokes. What they say? Give the people how do people can contact you, man. Give your IGs, your Twitters. Go ahead, G.
All right, man. Well, I'm on Instagram most of the time. You can catch me at gsims100. That's on IG. That's how you can contact me.
All right, Tony.
Man, I don't know if y'all want to see me. Just come find me. No, but like I said, I'm on IG as well most of the time. I'm always about positive thoughts, so you can catch me at manifest_your_success.
Good deal. And as always, you can catch this podcast at SoundCloud and on YouTube under Hot Takes and Have Truth podcast. And you make sure to follow us on IG and Twitter at HT2pod. Send us ideas, send us questions, whatever you want to hear from us. We'll try to get to it every week. Want to say more than likely we're going to probably do this every other week from now on, so bi-weekly. So be on the lookout for that. With that said, it's a wrap. We're done. We'll try to do better tomorrow. From the two of us to all of you, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Peace.